provided us with some.
I'd suck heaps of dicks for $20 million.
No one cares about your saggy tits and your fucking.
Is your name?
Box.
I want to beat her to death with her dead fetus.
We're not saying anything wrong. We're just saying that teachers fucking boys is hot.
Come in my ass.
We're not endorsing kid porn. We're just giving you an avenue to do it.
Always down.
I hate when they call us the pommies. You guys are the fucking prisoners. You're fucking rapists with a tan.
How can you watch this through with like just laugh? Is that actually period blood?
Yes.
That's a lot. You'd have to like. You'd have to like.
Abortion or some shit like what the fuck?
No, should I
Amanda.
suck dick now? Is that should I take it up the ass?
Only white privilege I believe in is white woman privilege.
Yeah.
White male privilege doesn't exist. They work for their shit. They work for their shit.
I'm fucking leaving. You guys are sickos.
Don't be that misogynist.
You know who you're talking to here.
Listen here, bitch. Faggots, whores, penis. Come in your ass. Come in your mum's ass. Come in your dad's mouth.
Nothing beats a bottle of red wine and a fucking solid wank.
We're allowed to be hypocrites. That's the whole thing about this. We are all hypocrites.
What? It's still muted.
Oh, what
we're
the
here.
fuck?
There's a bit of lag tonight.
Yeah.
A little bit of lag.
That's
There
weird
is.
as fuck.
That seems to be all right now.
Yeah, this is good.
It's okay. Hi,
Yeah.
we're back.
Episode 134, even though it says 133.
Oh, fucking dropping the ball, man.
I did, yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm fucking holiday
Let's
mode
just skip
still.
ahead. It's episode 4000.
Speaking of dropping the ball,
We've
why
done
has the
4,000
Japanese
episodes.
restaurant dropped off the fucking app?
Oh,
Which
Super
one?
Tetsudo?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Which app?
it's dropped off DoorDash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's on Uber Eats.
Is it?
I
Yeah,
think so.
I was just about to order it.
He got grilled instead because he's
Yeah.
like, oh, I just love gluten-free bread so
I need
much.
to get a
Ah.
dry burger with a fucking
exactly.
stone for a fucking
Bun, yeah.
bun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what will
Two
go,
skimming rocks.
you
two
know what will
skimming
go
rocks.
down really well is a
Some
fucking
cardboard in there.
oh yum. I still
yeah.
remember when we were at fucking was it no not Besk? Is it well,
Besk.
No, the what's that fucking gay gin bar in the city by the museum?
Gay gin bar.
All the fags hang out there. And
gay
us
gin bar.
because we're gay.
Oh, by
Oh,
the
hula bull, not
gin bar.
Yeah, they have heaps of yums gin.
By the museum.
Yeah. It's like literally opposite the museum.
Oh,
in
yeah, I know.
Northbridge.
The one with the outside area.
Yeah. And you
Oh,
guys
is that a gin bar? Oh, you I know the one. No, I won't
starts
think
with
of
an
it.
F. I swear, it's not Frisk though.
No, I know the one. It's the one on the corner.
Yeah.
With a good beer garden.
Yeah. Massive
Yeah.
beer garden.
Yeah.
When you got your fucking a burger from there once and you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, I need gluten-free buns. And they're like, not
Oh,
a problem.
yeah.
And they came back with like two of the smallest pieces of toast you've ever seen.
Yeah, they always do
It was
that.
basically like a burger with two croutons on either
Yeah.
side. And they're like, enjoy. And
They're
you're
like-
I remember
look.
seeing it. I just ripped you. I was just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this? Who the fuck is going to eat this? You're like, I have to.
They're like, there's
And I was
such
like,
little,
no, you don't.
there's
Just
such
shit
little
yourself.
bread here that it's basically gluten free because you're eating
Yeah.
like this much bread.
I had
So-
a fucking. I had one the other day. Where was it? I was with Clint at the Rosemount, and I ordered a steak sanger. And like they normally have like these really long bits of bread for the
Yeah,
steak
yeah.
sanger, but they didn't have it for the gluten free.
Nah.
So they gave me just normal toast bits, and the whole thing is like that long. So there's just steak hanging out each side.
Yeah.
I'm like, just don't even bother with it.
You know
Fucking
what?
Do that.
Just give me 4 bits of toast and then
Yeah.
cut it in half and make it into 2 little sandwiches.
Well, yeah. Like what the fuck?
Use your fucking head. Like, come on.
Yeah,
They're
get used to it.
retarded.
Man, when I first started, and it would have been like what more than 5 years ago,
Mm.
when I started eating the gluten-free stuff, the bread was fucking horrendous. Like now, it's not so bad. Like
It's still shit.
it's actually not that bad. My housemate likes it. He's like,
Okay.
"Oh, I'll have some of your shit because I don't have any left."
So, yeah.
He also likes
because there's none
vaccines.
left.
Not 'cause
That's
it's not
why.
left.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
he's not going to purposely eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's dog shit.
But
It's
like,
still,
it was so dog
still
shit.
dog shit.
Even
You know
the,
what else
even
he
the
likes?
fucking what's that?
Pericarditis.
Oh, he doesn't like
so
it too much.
why would we trust his opinion?
Yeah.
He's there with blue hair, a new set of tits, and he's like, gluten-free bread's delicious. Oh, my heart
It's a
really
fucking,
hurts.
it's a fucking pericarditis house because Clint's there at the moment working out.
Oh,
And
is
he's
he?
got myocarditis.
It's
so-
just like, it's the pericarditis tube and myocarditis. Everyone's like, they're like trying to push like one
I should
kilo.
join. I should join because that's what I look like when I'm in the gym, eh?
I've just got a fucking defibrillator in the corner just in case.
Bringing him back to life after every set. That's why he's working out with you. He's like, do you mind reviving me in between sets? You're just
don't-
standing there. You're like, 1, 2, 3. I don't think you're going to get to 6, man.
That's the best thing about those kind of gyms, though. If you don't like a bloke, you're like, yeah, come and work out at my gym. We got AEDs and shit, and you just pull all the batteries out of them. Waiting for charge.
Yeah, that gluten-free bed, man, it was so bad. It would just crumble into little chunks. Like they couldn't hold it together. They hadn't figured that out yet. I don't know what they do now. but-
Glue.
Yeah, probably.
It's just glue.
Yeah, they took the tin out and
Yeah.
they just
Glue?
used glue
Yeah,
bread.
It's glue, tin free.
It's glue.
Glue
it's
bread.
full of
Tin-free.
glue.
I think
Yeah.
you're just better off not eating bread most of the time. You
Ah,
know,
that's
if it
what I
makes
mean.
you crook.
Yeah, I don't know. So I just fucking eat
Or
other
just
shit.
go fully the other way and just have heaps of brioche bread and just shit yourself violently all the time.
God, I love a bit of brioche though.
Well, it would be very
Oh,
slimming.
you know what's hell good though? The potato buns.
oh yeah,
From fucking
they're the best.
that place near here. Dude, they're so good. It's delicious.
bun?
Why is
I
it
could
so
eat that,
fluffy?
couldn't I? Yeah.
Why is it so fluffy?
I
It's
don't know.
potato.
What
They're-
do they actually
you can kill a
use
man with a potato.
Oh, but like,
If
what
you
do they?
threw it hard enough,
In a
you'd
spud
kill a man.
gun.
How do
Yeah,
they-
fucking oath you
100%.
can.
And then they just make these fluffy, delicious buns. You're like, I don't get it.
I always think they probably use that Deb mashed potato. Remember that packet shit, Deb?
No, I
Yeah,
do
remember
not.
that?
Mashed
It's
potato
like
in
a
a
mix,
packet.
and you just mix it up, and it makes mashed
Ugh.
potato.
Yuck, bro.
I was like,
That's fucking horrible.
That's what I imagine that they use for the potato buns. They're like, oh, just put
They
that
probably
instead
do.
of flour.
That's disgusting. Yuck.
I had Indo food last night. It was fucking joy. It's that warung in Vic Park.
Oh, I've heard
Fuck,
that's
it's good,
good.
man. And it's cheap. And they give you a decent portion, unlike your mate down the
Your
road.
mate,
Well, it's my mate because he gives me a lot.
yeah, they love you. You're the fucking Indonesian
He's
whisperer.
the
You're the
Asian
Southeast
whisperer.
Asia whisperer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only Southeast Asia. Because then
Nah, the
when we
Chinese
go-
hate me. And
Actually,
Japanese don't like me either.
when we go to that Japanese place, she loves me. She always gives me free food and
yeah, she
everything.
does. And she doesn't really talk to me.
Maybe I'm the Japanese whisperer. Are you
Oh,
jealous?
I spoke to an Indonesian friend of mine, and I said, I go, Josh would come here, but he doesn't like going to like Asian restaurants. And he's like, why? And I go, because the chairs are really uncomfortable. And they go, they are, right? They're really uncomfortable.
Who is this? The Asian guy?
Indonesian.
He's Indonesian.
And they admitted it. They're like, yeah, fuck, that's true. They are. They're fucking uncomfortable. And I'm like, yeah.
I love the
Because they're the
food.
cheapest chair on the market.
Yeah.
They're there to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a business.
Get in,
Love
get
the
the, fuck
food.
out.
Don't love the decor.
No.
You can't chill.
But
No, you
but
can't.
the worse the decor, the better the food.
Yeah,
Every
it's-
time.
it's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
If you go to an old crack den and you see like a fucking old piece of shit camping chair with like the bottoms cut out, there's literally nowhere to sit. Best fucking dinner of your life.
Yeah, yeah.
Guaranteed.
It is. Dude, it's like when I was in Texas, man. I remember you just drive past the shittiest looking shack,
yeah.
pull
Yeah.
out, and they've got a full barbecue pit out the back,
What's
and it'll
that,
be the best barbecue you've
What's
ever
that
had
shit
in
they
your
do?
fucking life.
Jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
shit's pretty
more
nice.
Louisiana. That's
Yeah, I had
it.
it. I had
It's-
it in Louisiana. That's right.
It's hell good. That's
Yeah,
like
fuck
a
yeah.
southern.
Yeah.
But that's the most expensive part of the house is like the fucking steel smoker that they've got at the
Yeah.
back. They're like, we worked so hard to get this. It's like you live in a tent. And they're like, one day we'll have a house.
the
They
best.
live in the smoker when it gets cold.
Did you go past any of the restaurants? Like, do you drive a lot in Texas? Like
Yeah.
in the country?
Yeah, yeah.
How good is it when you see like Frank's barbecue house and it's got a picture of Frank on the roof with a cowboy hat? and he's
Yeah, I love that. It'll be huge, still. Eh?
like, massive.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you go in there and there's just dead animals on the whole of every
sick.
wall.
It's I want
Yeah.
to live there. Why are
Yeah.
we living here?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Wait,
That is a great
barbecue,
question.
guns.
Yeah.
Enough
Awesome.
said.
Enough said.
Yeah. Mothership. Enough said.
Mothership. Yeah, fucking Franklin's barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Mitchie bought me a bottle of Franklin's barbecue sauce from that one in Texas. You know, these are the most famous barbecue restaurant in the world in Texas, Austin.
Right.
Is it?
Dude, his barbecue sauce is phenomenal. It's got a bit of a chili spice to it.
Good.
Oh,
See, my favorite is like a really peppery barbecue sauce.
yeah.
If you like, there's I forget the name. It's got a black dude on it. They sell it at Woolies.
Stubbs.
Yeah, Stubbs. Stubbs is
Listen here, boy.
yeah.
Every time I pick
Stubbs
it
has
up, I
got
can't
good
help
fucking
but
barbecue
listen
sauce.
up. Stubbs, come here, boy.
Stubbs.
Hey,
You,
boy.
bring up a picture of Stubbs because you got to see it.
Stubbs.
So if when you pick it up, it doesn't scream, Stubbs, get over here, boy.
It is good.
Stubbs BBQ sauce.
I know why me and Jaden bought it one time. Because we're looking at Stubbs and we're like, this guy looks like he was, yeah, this one. Look,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's Joy.
Yeah.
Look at Stubbs there.
He's
That's Stubbsy.
darker than the sauce.
Stubbs.
You know, like that,
I
that's
bet
a
you
black
fucking
I
man.
love it.
Stubbs has seen some shit in his lifetime.
Yeah,
I
he
bet
has.
they fucking has.
Stubbs worked
Yeah.
on the farm.
Bring up the 4 together.
Where are we? This one?
Yeah. Which one?
I
is
want to hear Stubbs sell that sauce.
Legendary
I think it's
barbecue, spicy, smoky,
it?
something.
The original's fucking hell good. The hickory
Bourbon.
bourbon is
Yeah.
super
I
sweet.
don't have the
ones are great.
spicy.
Yeah, but it's too sweet, man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like it's just brown sugar.
Yeah, it
right.
is hectic though.
The smoky. I don't think I've had the smoky. There's one that's
haven't had
really peppery.
spicy.
I think it's actually the original. The
I'm
original
surprised
like
someone
really
hasn't-
peppery. It's fucking delicious.
Surprised
man.
someone hasn't called this racist somehow.
Yeah, I know.
Because you know how they cancel
like
all that
Aunt
shit?
Jemima and fucking
Yeah.
Uncle Ben's.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
And the shoe
I-
polish one.
Hey, Uncle Ben's is awesome.
Yeah.
Shut up. I don't like if you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want to
Uncle
cook a
Ben's.
heap of rice. Uncle Ben's, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking microwave.
But I
that
mean,
shit.
how's it racist? It's like you like the product, you're buying
It's
the product.
not. People are just fucking
Apparently, the
idiots.
Redskins are going to be called the Redskins again.
Call them the foreskins.
Like they're going to change it back to
The
Redskins.
red foreskins. Then that no one's gonna argue. They're like, oh, it's talking about a foreskin.
It's just Jewish team.
Yeah, the foreskin, the Brooklyn foreskins.
They come from out under the ground in New York.
Yeah, come out of the
Out of the
sewer.
sewer, yeah.
How was that, man?
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, and there's all time.
I've heard of Jews being Jews, but avoiding rent like that is on another level, bro. That's the most Jewish Jew you've ever fucking come across.
Yeah. What
Has
were they
to be.
doing down there?
Living.
Just playing cards. And,
Trafficking kids, I think.
Yeah.
Not paying,
Circumcising children
not
and-
paying rent, bro. Like 100. They're like, this city's expensive, but we want to be here because all the
Yeah.
gold's here. How do we
Yeah.
get the gold? We'll live in the sewers, and then they're the mole people. They're the mole people that come up and take over the the top side.
Wait, have you ever see that show when it was a movie from, I think it was our parents' era, but it was called The Time Machine?
No.
And this guy goes back, like he builds a time machine.
Oh.
And I think
maybe.
they did a remake of it.
Yeah, they did.
With the Aussie actor.
Yeah, with Aussie guy, yeah.
And he goes like forward in time,
So
and he goes so far forward. Like I think he passes out in this machine, and he goes so far forward that
1960.
there's a cataclysm, right? And then he goes so far into the future that humanity went underground.
Yeah.
And then there's these, like, they turn into a subterranean being. And there's the people, I guess, that stayed on Earth. Some of them survived. But they're basically morons and don't remember where they come from or who they are.
Yeah.
And they don't read books anymore. Their history's gone. And these things, the Morlocks, come up from underground.
That's
and
right,
they're like
Morlocks.
a beast. And they take them and eat them. And these
Yeah.
people are just cucks and they accept it. They just say, oh, it just happens.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. Is it like... Imagine if that's the actual, because there's all these subterranean cities and all these ancient ruins and evidence
it's
that
gonna be-
people lived up underground in cataclysms. And what if there's like an
So
underground?
it's going to be fucking subterranean Jews taking foreskins. Or
Yeah.
fucking all the people on the
Yeah.
top side.
I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
Stealing
living off
foreskins.
foreskins. I reckon there's a fair bit of nutrients in the foreskin.
especially if they're
probably is.
pickled.
Well, once you
The
get the
pickling's
pickled.
good for your stomach.
And then
once you
stubs
get
on the top of it.
Yeah, a bit of stubs on it.
Stubs.
Yeah,
Pickle those foreskins,
we'll
boy.
have to keep one nigger alive. There's just one, just one. But yeah, no, fucking foreskins would make a good like chewing gum. I reckon you could sit there and just chew it all day. It'd be like
It's like
chewing tobacco.
yeah.
Yeah.
At the baseball.
The
Yeah,
Jewish
you got a
rabbi.
fucking brass tin can just down here, and you're just like, pling!
Ask the
Just
Jewish
fucking
rabbi.
flinging
Yeah.
foreskins
I like
out
that
of your
movie.
fucking.
That one with, what's his name?
Foreskins coming out.
Hugo or something? This is the guy's name, the actor, Australian
Oh.
guy. I can't remember his name. But that movie was pretty cool. And yeah, he goes
Hugo
like,
Boss. It's Hugo Boss.
yeah. and he goes like super far into the future, so far that
What if?
like,
But I was thinking, what if that's us? Like, what if they're saying that's what we are? We're the like
We're the
we are
underground people,
They're
or
the
we're-
ones above that
Oh.
don't know what we are, and there's like a predator class that just basically
well,
fucks
that's
us over.
similar to War of the Worlds, kind of.
All that you think about how many movies are that say this kind of thing.
Yeah. That's like when I watched that World War Z and I was watching, they're talking about viruses and like how it mutates and does all this bad shit, and the WHO is controlling everything. I'm just like, whoa, this is fucking weird. You know, it wasn't, it was, and then the way they defeat it is by injecting themselves with something, and then it
Just-
makes them immune from the zombies.
Just the everyone knows now that Hollywood has been co-opted from the get-go. Like, but the main reason behind Hollywood was to brainwash people, and it's been this slow thing. Like the game that all these the predator class play is a slow game. They started this hundreds of years ago, and everything's a very slow incrementation of
Yeah.
wearing us down. You know, like.
But do you think like you obviously think that it's purposeful, whereas I think it's almost, it is programming, definitely, either way you look at it. I feel like some of it is just accidental.
But they're owned by all the same people.
The
They have
movie-
this.
the movie.
Like, have you looked into the Illuminati, the group, the
I haven't.
Illuminati? Like they were a group. I can't, back in I think the 1800s, but in Belgium or whatever. But their whole plan was to take over the planet and form a totalitarian world government and just enslave us. That was their plan. They co-opted the Freemasons. They basically took them over,
Oh.
and they're back to that.
Oh,
Like that's what
blimey.
they.
My one's was with that same guy. Is it some Indian looking guy?
I didn't get it. Jess got it.
Oh, okay, better go up. Sorry.
That's
Keep going.
huge.
What do you mean it's huge?
That box.
It's a normal box.
Is it?
I always get a box because I'm a fat cunt.
Yeah, like that's a normie box.
That's a normal box for a fat human being.
What'd you get?
Ripper. Ripper roll my butt.
Fucking red rooster, eh?
I fucking love me some Reddies, all right? We all knew this. We all knew this coming into this podcast. Hang on. Let's give it one of them. Yeah, it's good. What were we talking about?
Fuck. What was I talking about?
We were talking about foreskins before I rudely left.
Yeah, we were talking about Hollywood and how just about the movies, how they fucking manipulate, or they were just predictive programming. But I was just saying these
They
people.
are,
that-
bro, and they're fucking dog shit.
Yeah, and
All of them.
they've been doing it since the get go. Like you look at Disney, all these people. I think Hollywood was just designed to manipulate the culture and brainwash everyone, and it
100%.
worked. Because like you think about all these things. Why is it that you watch that old Pinocchio movie from the 40s, and they're literally talking about trafficking children?
Or that
Why do they put that shit in
Shirley
there?
Temple one. Remember we watched that one?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's weird.
And why is it always about having to show us what they're doing? Because it supposedly there's.
I think it's part of the arrogance to be like, look at these idiots. They don't even know what's going on.
and there's a lot of people say with these people and with their religion, they believe in karma. And they believe that they have to tell you what they're doing in a roundabout way. So if you go along with it, it's on you. And they do. If you look into all these, they're very superstitious. They're very religious.
Yeah, right.
Well, they are all based off some sort of religion, whether it's like satanic's not the right word, but like an evil religion. You know?
Yeah, like the dark arts.
Yeah.
No one really. Yeah, because it's they're Satanists, they're this, they're that, but it's like
No.
who knows what entity it is? They just believe in very dark
music
magic.
one-
And you look at Aleister Crowley's a great example, man.
Who's
He was a high level Mason back in
Right.
in the 1800s, but he was just trying to contact beings from other realms, right? And he reckons he could do it through sex, magic, and all this. He was a pedo. He was doing real fucked up stuff. He's worshipped by the cabal, by these people. He's on the front cover of the fucking Beatles album. Like this
Yeah.
guy's everywhere in pop culture,
Yeah.
and he was what you go back. He was part of these people that have been.
Do you reckon that means that these people he's contacting are like pedos as well? Which is why they're all obsessed with it, because they're like, we need to please these gods that we've found and the gods are like, more children. And they're like, yes, sir.
Well, that's
Not
what
a
people
problem.
think. Like, there's some interdimensional thing that do feed off the.
Yeah, well, there's
like,
those fucking kids were getting stolen by
With
jetpacks.
jetpacks.
Fucking, yeah.
But that's not. This stuff is so fucking wild. Like,
Imagine like they got together and like, right, fellas, what excuse are you going to come up with? Jetpacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. Fucking
reckon-
hell, cunts.
Do you reckon Roswell was just a fucking like coked up pedo alien? And he's just like, where are the kids? Ah, fuck, boosh, and just smashes into the earth. And they're like, come with us, yeah.
I've been seeing more videos on that Miami Mall thing. There's heaps of people, and they all say the same thing. I don't know whether it's coordinated of them saying the same thing. And
8 to 10 foot fucking.
Yeah,
band.
they're all saying the same
would
shit.
What it is reality is not what we've been told, and it's fucking evident, and it's all falling apart. Dude, we're gonna find out real soon what it is. I
You
wonder.
know what it is? There's too many people, so the simulation's starting to break down and things are getting through.
Yeah, through
Matrix.
the other. It's also this is a weird thing about Alistair Crowley, and we can probably look this up. He said all his information that he would get on how to do this stuff was from these certain beings, and he drew these beings back in the 1800s. They look exactly like the grey aliens.
Yeah.
And this was
right.
before the grey aliens started becoming a thing in the 50s or whenever.
it was
40s.
when Hollywood started doing
Dude,
it.
and you look up a picture of it, and what he drew was the grey every time with these grey aliens. And he said he was communicating with him, and they tell him what to do.
Through kid sex.
Yeah, he's doing all kinds of weird shit, man. He's just a fucking.
It's just horny demons, eh?
Yeah.
You're like, are there any horny demons in the room? You see fapping in the corner, and they're like, get her child.
And they all love
Just a
him, man.
fucking
All these.
pedo alternate
You know,
universe.
look up Alistair Crowley, and you'll know
Alistair
this.
It's an
dude.
ultimate voyeur because you're a fourth dimensional being. No one can actually see you. It
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. You're just
Alistair
jacking
who?
off.
Yeah.
Jacking off your
Crowley.
8
Crowley.
There's a certain picture, and you would have
Alistair
seen he's in all the pop culture on the front of that one there with that
Oh.
triangle hat on. It's all on the
He
Beatles,
looks
the
like a
front
weird
cover of the
looking
Beatles.
Is he on the cover of the Beatles?
Dude, in all pop culture, man, that's what I mean. They worship this guy. People think that this stuff's all, all by accident.
yeah.
It's like these people. There's so many connections here. It's just people don't take the time to look at it all.
He was even more beastly than we imagined. I didn't even know him till now, so
Yeah.
Oh, he
Oh,
was
they got- of course they got Trump in
evil cunt, man.
what's Trump got to do with it?
Yeah, they have to try and link him somehow. Yeah, type
Was an
Beatles.
English
Alistair.
occultist, philosopher, ceremonial magician, poet, painter, novelist, and mountaineer. He founded the religion Thelem.
What was
something.
his greatest peak that he mounted? A 4-year-old boy? He's like, I'm a mountaineer. It's like, no, you just fucking kids. He's like, I'm mounting them. It's mountaineering.
It's
work.
real funny, man, because they never mention anything about the real dark stuff that he did because they fucking love him. But you would think if that was someone that didn't line up with their narrative, they would fucking destroy him.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's been so big in all their pop culture.
That's crazy. I've never heard that cunt before. Eh?
Nah, I mean, yeah.
And there was Jack Parsons as well that was sort of, I think, before him. They're all connected to the Vatican, and the whole thing's just weird, man.
I would love to do the Vatican like catacombs.
Yeah.
We go see all the old texts. It's probably just like crazy shit that they're
What?
not willing to like let the public
Yeah,
know.
it would be.
What the hell is with the catacombs? Honestly, like what? That's so weird that there's just fucking miles of
And
tunnels
why is the
everywhere.
Vatican just like a separate nation? They can do whatever the fuck
Yeah.
they want.
It's because
That
it's
is crazy, yeah.
it's the Roman Empire. That's why the Roman Empire never went away. It just turned into the Vatican. That's
Yeah.
why it still has all that power. And the city of London is the English Empire. All these things just went really behind the scenes. They
Yeah.
still act.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can see
I
that.
went past it, but I never went into the Vatican.
I went there.
You sure?
Yeah, I never went in either, but I had a couple beers out the front.
I would have to go in, man, because it's such an interesting like, part of our history.
Yeah.
You know.
But when you're in Rome, there's so much shit to do.
That is the thing, eh? You're walking through
that's
ancient Rome, you
fucking everywhere.
fucking
There's ancient
Colosseum, and
shit. Yeah.
And that's the problem as well, is that the Vatican would just be packed full of
Oh, yeah.
people. I fucking hate crowds. I'd go there with an AR-15, shoot everyone, and then just be like, all right, now I can see it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
it is crap. Italy or Rome is always packed. Every time I've been there, it's fucking just tourists, but groups.
Mm.
So there's just massive crowds of them on every corner, on every staircase.
Yeah,
you know,
it'd be shit to fucking actually go see.
It's
because of
hectic.
that, yeah.
But it's an awesome place in the sense that you're just walking down the street and you just walk through an ancient archway, and
Yeah.
there's a Colosseum there, and you just have a beer
That's
at a
what I liked
pub
about-
looking over it. You know, it's like
That's what I liked about Prague, because it was all the architecture's still there because it didn't get bombed. And so there's like these medieval castles in the middle of the city. There's this big tower. It looks like some kind of black metal album cover.
That's
Yeah.
like
And you're
Japan.
just like, this is so sick.
That's like
fuck.
Japan, but the architecture was just way better and cooler.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
it's pretty sick.
Japan's just like, you just got like massive skyscrapers and like concrete everywhere. You take a left turn, there's like a king's castle with the gardens fully kept. Then they just built the city around it. They really looked after their culture. It's fucking
Yeah,
sick.
that's good.
A
And
lot
I'll-
of old Europe's like that too.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's just, I don't know, Japan's just, it's such a different place.
I'm going to go
pretty
stay there
they're
for a couple
aliens,
months,
though.
so
They are aliens.
I'll find out. how it
I
goes.
watched this awesome doco. You boys should watch it. But it was on the Tartarians.
Oh, yeah.
Just guys like compiled just a really good amount of information. It's
Send me the link, man, because I'd hell be interested in that.
dude, it'll blow your fucking mind. Like, because it's really hard to find a lot of information. It's all sort of scattered everywhere and very vast.
Or it's
But-
just fucking a dog shit documentary filled with what they want you to think.
So he just compiled a bunch of exactly. But this guy's just got all the old photos and just and man, he all the cities in America, right, burnt down around the same year in the 1800s to the ground, like stone, brick, mortar, steel, burnt
Was that
to
Civil
nothing.
War or what?
And no, they just
hell?
they within 2 years they all burnt to the ground. And I know I went to Seattle, right? I used to live quite close to Seattle, and I remember you could do an underground tour because the Seattle burned down and they built over the top of it. I went under the city, and all the sidewalks you can walk under the whole city. It's all subterranean, but every single city in America burnt down. And you see all the old pictures. They got these pictures from before all the fires, right? And it looked like Europe. Chicago had waterways and fucking buildings everywhere made of stone and that. And they tried to say that they erected these buildings in a year or two for the World Fair, and then they dismantled them all and everything. And this is like 30 cities over the US
What
had
the hell?
and then
There's still plenty of English-looking architecture. Did you? See,
left over, but
like,
they're
what's it
showing
called? Carmel, not Carmel, but Carmel. Where what's his face? Is the mayor or whatever? I forgot his name. But anyway, I went there, and it's all like you're in old fucking 18th century England.
Yeah. Like, all think about all the Capitol buildings in every city, but they all look like that all across them, and they all had a fire, right? How can a fire destroy bricks, mortar, and steel? That's like sounds like they've
Impossible.
been bombed.
Yeah.
And they were showing pictures of the aftermath of a lot of these cities, and it literally looked like Hiroshima. They were putting it next to Hiroshima, and it was like the same outcome. So, and they were talking about that they think that the Tartarian Empire stretched all across Europe through to America.
Yeah.
And that the whole history we've been told is bullshit, but the Tartarians actually had free energy.
They
there's-
reckon this was what, the 1800s that this happened?
yeah,
Mm.
and they were an advanced society with free energy, and this is weird. They also knew about the frequency and the healing, all that kind of thing. And churches, right, had those little weird things on top, were like Tesla towers to harness the free energy, like the Tesla. You know how they've got these weird antennas? It's going through all them. Church bells used to ring at a frequency that would heal everyone, and churches were not what we've been told. Churches were a place where everyone would go for healing, and they would have these acoustics and these bells that would ring, and the organ pipes, they'd all be set to frequencies, and they knew all this. And then was it Lenin? I wonder if Lenin was sent, he was sent to Russia to overthrow the Tsars of Russia.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what if he actually was sent to Russia because he was bankrolled by the bankers who, wanted these people gone because they had free energy. You can't tax free energy. What if he went there too and overthrew Tartaria, and was funded by the banks? And then what happens next is David Rockefeller and Standard Oil come in.
Yeah.
and then they bring in the pharmaceutical
Where can you watch
industry.
this doco?
It's on you.
Tartarians online.
I'll send it to you, man, because you're watching. It'll blow your fucking mind, and you just start having all these because they're just showing you photos, and you're like, what the hell? Like, there's evidence of this shit everywhere. And guess what? They smashed all the church bells. They destroyed all the bells. They fucked it. Like, and you just think like they don't.
Why? Yeah.
They don't want us to know about this frequency, living in harmony with our surroundings. Like I think our body's like some instrument that needs to be.
Well, we all have a resonant frequency.
Yeah.
And so if you can tap into that on a cellular level, who knows what effect that could have, you know? We don't, because they destroy the history. If it's true, you know, if it's a thing. But I think there's definitely, like, if you can kill someone with frequency, which you can,
I mean,
you must
there
be able to
kind
do
of
the
has been,
opposite.
Yeah.
there kind of has been research
for
on it.
every reaction, there's an opposite reaction.
There has
you know?
been
Like, there's
research
gotta
on it
be.
in a way, and they did it with plants. You seen those shit?
Yeah.
The plants grow better when like they listen to metal and fucking.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Water. They had a water where they were abusing it and yelling at it, and then they had one where they played a nice music in a frequency, and the one that they were abusing filled with bacteria and.
What?
Well, so they took these microscopic photos of it from what I saw with this water experiment, and basically they would abuse it, they'd say nasty things to it, and you get these like really misshapen sort of Picasso looking photos of the molecular structure of water.
Right.
And then the ones where they played nice music or they said nice things. So they'd even just be like, you're looking wonderful today. And they get these fucking like gorgeous photos of water, and like to a point where even the color was changing. So like the ones where they're abusing, it's like dark and gross looking, and then the other ones are like bright, beautiful.
And then think
It's
about
crazy, man.
how much
is crazy.
we're made up of water.
Yeah.
How important good water is, and
that's
you,
kinda
even
why-
like words, like being abusive to people. All this, I think, all this stuff has so much more.
Well, that's the only
impact.
thing, and I don't think that I'm into horoscopes, but because we're made up so much of water, that's why I think stars and the moon and the sun and that affect us in different ways.
Yeah.
You know, when full moons happen and people go crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, well, we're all water. So, you know, when the moon fucks with the tide, it fucks with us as well. So it makes sense to me that like that could affect us in some way.
Wait, have a look at this too, Drew.
Why do you
Pull
think
up,
people always praise?
pull up.
People always used to praise the sun and the moon. There was no God; they were the gods.
Yeah.
It's probably because they had a better understanding of their own body.
Oh, fuck. I should bring up the guy that came and sat down and talked to me on the weekend, the religious guys. Fucking
Wait, just
hell, man.
before we get off track, I just want to, on that topic, Drew, look up the book cover called World Order by Henry Kissinger. So Henry Kissinger is an evil piece of shit, globalist. You know, he was a big part behind all this shit, that pushing for the last 100 years.
What
Have a
book is
look
it?
at his book, World Order, and look at the front cover. This is how interesting. And then
It's the moon.
No, just zoom in. See that. So
Oh, okay. Images. It's just all the. Oh, here we go. That?
so it's got a map on it. You have to zoom in. Yeah, the
Which
blue one with the world. Yeah, one that you can zoom in on. Yeah. Now look at the top. If you can zoom in, it says Tartaria. It's got a world map and it's got Tartaria
Yeah, it says
on it.
Tartaria
They're
there.
throwing in our faces. And Putin wants to declassify the truth about Tartaria. So, and it's on all the old maps from the 1300s,
Yeah.
Tartaria. And they say it doesn't exist. And there's heaps of evidence. It's how interesting.
Why would people draw maps of it if it didn't exist?
Yeah, and why?
Like,
yeah,
How many, like, apart from the Bible, how many fictional novels were written back then?
yeah,
None.
none.
Yeah.
And even the
apart from the
Bible, the Bible's not fictional. It's just translated wrong. I don't think.
I don't think the Bible is-
Bible
I don't
talks
think, I don't
about.
think it's been translated wrong. I think it's just they hide the message in stories.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's
that as
not
well.
a fucking like. It's not a TED talk. It's not a historical lesson.
Well, that's what I was
It's
trying.
just it's just stories, and it's like there's lessons to be learned in the story.
That's what I was trying to tell these guys on the weekend.
Yeah,
yeah,
But they're like, no, it's fact. And I go, so you think someone walked on water
yeah.
and fucking turned water into wine? He's like, yes. And I go, well, this conversation is not going to go
well,
well.
I mean, he might have turned water into beer, but it would have taken about 8 weeks.
yeah.
Well, but the other thing is that people back then used to drink wine more than water because the water would go off and they'd get parasites and shit in it, but the wine never did.
And they also used to mix wine with, in the Bible, it talks about Jesus and was it the Apostle Paul or something, mixing wine with other hallucinogens. And he was like talking.
Ergot was the big one, eh?
Yeah.
They reckon that
With
there's.
hallucinogens.
Yeah, it's like this thing. Fucking Rogan talks about it a fair bit, where like these people had this like. Their culture started to have a breakthrough. I don't know it very well, but like apparently their water was contaminated with ergot, and it's like a fucking crazy like psychedelic. And
Yeah.
so they'd drink this water and like fucking wig the fuck out. I think it was actually with the Salem trials. Sorry, with like the witch burning.
Yeah.
So
Well,
these
I mean,
people
they-
were high as fuck, and they'd see something and be like, "That's a witch," because they didn't have any understanding of it. They didn't know that they were fucked up.
Fuck, how bad would it be if you were a woman back then? Just walking along, having a fun day, and they're like, witch! And they're like, oh, fuck.
Take me back. Take me back to those
That's
times.
it.
That'd be mint, bro.
In the fucking river.
You just have heaps of daughters, and you're like, go work, and then they don't work, and you're like, witch.
Like, think about
Witch killer.
I was thinking about today how, like, you know, it seems like everything's just revisionist history now. And I was thinking about with the, you know, because everyone's popping off like they do every year about Australia Day.
Oh, really?
Dude,
And
fucking Pat Cummings.
Oh,
Did you see Pat
yeah, what a
Cummings, bro?
fucking
because
dickhead.
it's
Dude, you're the captain of the Australian cricket
Let's bring
team.
that one up.
Shut the fuck
they're
up,
all
bro.
just paid shills that are part of pushing the agenda. Like,
Yeah.
what people don't understand about this is it is a divide and conquer agenda. It's
Yeah.
so the Aboriginals never feel like they're Australian. They feel like an isolated group. We're racist. We hate each other and then fight amongst ourselves and never look at the government. Because think about it. Who started pushing the campaign for Invasion Day? Triple J.
Yeah.
But they were the first one. Then they changed the fucking date of the hottest 100 that we always
Yeah,
had.
and then Fremantle local government changed the date.
Yeah. So, think about it. The government is pushing both sides. They fund Triple J. They push the propaganda to get all the youth outraged. Then they get the Conservative Party to be like, oh, we're not doing, you know, on Sky News and all this. We're not standing for this. But they're funding both sides to cause the fucking divide. It's so
It's a cause,
fucking
a
obvious.
divide and a distraction. It's a great distraction. And then when this shit's going on and people are arguing over nothing, well, it's not nothing. It is important. But like when people are arguing over that, they fucking all this other shit just goes on in the background. Good, they're distracted. Let's fucking start fucking all the kids. Let's release the Epstein
Yeah.
list. You know, like that's,
Yeah,
when they released the
exactly.
Epstein list, what the fuck was happening? Was it the fucking Israel Palestine thing?
Yep. Well, and-
How convenient.
Yeah.
They break Israel's defense. Bullshit.
Yeah, and
When
then
in history have they ever done that? Never. And Israel's defense has only gotten better and is one of the best ever.
there was like 7
fucking-
fail safes that failed
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Same as when Epstein died. All these things is, the camera wasn't on. You know, we had a power surge. Fuck off. It's bullshit.
I was thinking too with because you know with the revisionist history, like so from what we know, Captain Cook he landed in Botany Bay on the 18th.
Yeah.
Not the and also he'd previously come. It was it 1770. He in April like 28th, I think, was actually when he landed in Australia.
Yeah.
And so the significance of January 26 is actually that in 1949 they brought in the Australia Act where they made everyone citizens because previously everyone in Australia was viewed as British subjects. That's what that
Wasn't it 1901 when the states?
No,
like
it's
federated?
so 1940. So if you were still, it was Australia, but when you travelled, you had to get a British passport. You were still a British subject.
Right, okay.
They brought in this act, and that's why they have the ceremonies on Australia Day for Australian citizenship. So on the 26th of January, that's in 1949. That's when they amended that.
I always
act.
thought it was 1901 when they federated all the states and we came together as like a.
Yeah, but
country.
this was just when this was more that they brought in the Citizen Act. So it wasn't anything to do
But
with.
isn't the OG Aussie Day 1901? I could have sworn it was.
It could have been, but
first one.
Or
but
just-
this was more like on the 26th of January. They had the
They did
Citizen
some
Day.
legislation that
Yeah.
made it real.
But and the other thing is that, and then they try and say so. Captain Cook landed on the 18th in Botany Bay, but everyone knows Botany Bay was the first spot, and
Yeah.
then they try to say, oh, but he came around on the 26th and landed in some other bay, and actually that, and I'm like, that's revisionist history.
Yeah.
Like everyone knew that he landed in Botany Bay. And that's where it's just that they can't connect Invasion Day or whatever. It's
Are people still whinging about? I mean, I just saw the Pat Cummins one, but are people like? It seems like it's gotten less.
I think so because it's only the purple haired. The thing is that
that's dying off.
It
though.
is.
That whole woke agenda is starting to die off.
Well, it's
man.
still there on TikTok.
it's the government's
It's still
pushing
there,
it,
but
man.
no, it's not. It's the government's pushing it, sure, but it's like I think just the average person's fucking sick of it.
Yeah, fuck
And
it.
I was trying to say this to Jess the other day, where I was just like, because she's like, it's in everything, and I was like, yeah, it's in everything, but I was like, they're losing, and she's like, what do you mean? And I was just like, they're losing, man. Like no one's putting up with it anymore. Every time they fucking try and push a new fucking woke bullshit thing, it's majority kickback.
Yeah.
Always, man. Like they're done. They're fucking
It is
fighting
done.
a losing battle.
It is done, and it's good because when it's done, everyone's going to come together, and we'll get with those people. You're going to be an outcast again. You're going to be a fucking loser again, and the government does not want Aboriginal and they don't want them feeling like they're Australian. They don't want us all coming together. And that's what's going to happen. They failed their fucking referendum.
Yeah.
They tried the divide and conquer. Everyone's sick of it.
We need to bring back the pride, like being proud to be Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because-
not back yet.
But it needs to come back because that's what holds the nation together. Because you look at nations like France and stuff where they try to do anything over there. Like even the slightest thing, they're like, oh, maybe you can't smoke inside anymore, and they will
They
flip
burn shit.
every car in the fucking street
Yeah,
and
they
set
do,
it on
mate.
fire.
Yeah.
And that is a nation.
I mean,
that
have you
is
dated a
fucking united,
French girl
man.
before? They're pretty
Yeah.
fucking feisty. So it doesn't surprise me.
It's a cultural thing, but it's also like they're proud. I don't know why they're proud because like it's not a great place. I don't think.
No,
At
but
least
think,
in
think
Paris-
about
Paris
their
isn't, but,
history,
like,
man. They've
Yeah.
fought fucking wars, rad revolutions.
But they-
like-
That's actually a good one.
Yeah.
The Sean Strickland one. Did you see that? I'll find it. He was just ripping
I
the
do
shit out.
like Sean Strickland just being himself. It's really entertaining. I don't think I've seen this though.
So he's in Canada, of course, and he just starts ripping the guy because he's talking about racism or some shit, and he's like,
Oh,
wrong
this is-
person to be talking
this
about.
is fucking epic.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen this.
Yeah.
We
It's
might
good.
get pulled for this. I hope we don't. We shouldn't. It's just audio. Like,
This is he fucking tees off, and it's so awesome.
what's going on with the fucking computer?
It's taking its time though.
Yeah. All right. Let's listen.
Ask, you're in Toronto. Welcome. Glad to hear it. It's been great.
Are you Canadian?
Of course I am.
Are you part of the fucking opposition? Are you?
I don't know how to phrase that.
I mean, you got like. Yeah.
Well, I did want to ask.
Did you vote for Trudeau?
I'm not going to say.
And let me tell you something right now. If a man says he's not going to say, like, if you ask him, motherfucker, did you vote for Biden? He's like, well, I'm not going to say. That's none of your business. He voted for fucking Biden.
Sean,
So hey,
Sean, I'm glad you've had great experiences.
so this is
But-
what I'm talking about, you guys. The enemy of Canada.
Sure.
All right.
That's what it's got to be. It's got to be. We've got a pretty supportive gay and lesbian community in this city. I did want to ask you about something you wrote a couple of years ago. You said if I had a gay son, I would think I'd.
Oh, look, another. I'm saying to you, the swamp, you guys, the swamp.
You become a champion, you become a star, and some would say.
Let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Have you had the chance
No,
to
are
interact with a more diverse?
Are
crowd
you?
of-
Let me know. Are you gay?
Could I get an
He
answer?
hasn't
Well,
given
no,
a
I'm
fuck
asking.
about the
This is
question.
the part. Are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay.
I'm an ally.
And then he was like, you had a son, he was gay. You'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're like, you're part of the fucking problem. You elected Justin Trudeau, like, when he sees the bank accounts, like, you're just fucking pathetic. And the fact that you have no fucking backbone, and has he shut down your fucking country and seized bank accounts? You ask me some stupid shit like that, go fuck yourself. Move the fuck.
No question, but
What a
Keep
fucking
going,
legend.
keep
All right.
going.
I want to hear the
All
whole
right,
thing.
let's
ask
get on.
also things you said about the trans community. You said this past October when they announced the Bud Light sponsorship that you'd go so hard on Bud Light in your next fight they'll have to accept me or denounce me when they know will know what they stand for. Are you?
This
still-
guy's like, nah, this Canadian's not that Canadian.
Are you still going to use your fight time to kind of speak on that?
Here's the thing about Bud Light. Here's the thing about Bud Light. 10 years ago, to be trans was a mental fucking illness. And now all of a sudden, people like you have fucking weaseled your way into the world. You are an infection. You are the definition of weakness. Everything that is wrong with the world is because of fucking you. And
So
the
good.
thing is the world's not buying it. The world's not buying your fucking bullshit you're fucking peddling. The world is not saying, you know what? You're right. Fucking chicks have dicks. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are two genders. I don't want my kids being taught about, who they could fuck in school. I don't want my kids being taught about, their sexual preference. Like, dude, this guy is the fucking enemy. You want to look at the fucking enemy to our world? It's that motherfucker right there. That's my
Fucking
stupid
how
question.
good.
Sorry, I told the UFC I was being nicer. Lance, am I still good with this? Did I cross the line? What the fuck? I didn't say the F word. You just brought this fucking guy in here to piss me off.
You just did, but just to follow up, I mean, Rick.
Did I say it?
You just did.
No, I didn't say it.
Right there, you did.
Different F word, different word. Yeah. I'm trying to be good, man. I'm trying to be good. I like the fucking gays. Here's the thing. I've never. You guys think I've ever shit on a gay man or shit on a gay woman? I don't fucking. I like the gays. It's fucking freedom. We still have it in America. We'll teach you about it. You guys don't have fucking freedom to speak. I'm probably gonna get the fucking Canadian government to arrest me. So I don't give a fuck who you fuck. I don't give a fuck what you want to do in life. But don't fucking tell kids about it. Don't teach that shit in fucking school. Don't fucking push your agenda. Don't try to fucking brainwash people. Don't try to go past parents. Don't try to go up past all this shit and brainwash people, you fucking cuck.
That was the best way to finish it up.
That
That's
was
so
just
good.
fucking gold from start to finish. Fucking
Just
hell, and need to be
fucking
said.
ripped him, eh?
And then when the bout happened, when the fights happened, the whole crowd was chanting "fuck Trudeau."
Yeah.
The whole of the UFC.
There's something happening now, man. Have you seen what's going on in Germany too? They're keeping real fucking quiet about that. Dude, like, all the farmers have had it, and they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
in
Yeah,
the,
dude. Yeah.
Because
Massive protest,
and did
man.
Did you see any of the World Economic Forum this week? They've
didn't
just
watch
done
any
that
of it.
again. It's like they know they're fucked. You
Yeah.
can see they're not confident anymore. Klaus Schwab's up there saying, "Oh, we've got to build back trust with the
Yeah.
public." It's like, no, you're fucking done.
Yeah.
You pushed everyone that
You're an
far.
unelected official that no one wants.
Yeah.
Just fucking go away.
And it's over for the lot of years. Everyone,
Take you and the Zoltan crew and fucking
Yeah.
fuck off.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
this is
but
what I
it
mean.
doesn't
though.
surprise
No
me.
one's fucking buying into it, man. Like
No.
it's so fucking done,
But-
which is
yeah.
good. But I hope the only problem is that a lot of the people that are the problem are still in control.
Yeah,
so it's like as
true.
much as like we're done with these ideas.
Well, Albo's
They're-
our fucking prime minister.
Yeah,
still.
they'll find some other snaky fucking shit to do. So I just hope that everyone stays on that same sort of mindset and that same path where they're like they can continue to sniff out the bullshit. You know, people when things get good, people get comfortable again.
I don't
That's
think.
the only
I think it's
problem.
going to get real fucking bad. I reckon they're done, and I reckon they're going to be like a wounded animal. And I think this year is going to be rough. But all this stuff that's happening is everyone has to admit it's very strange. The shit in Miami, the alien sightings, the fucking
Yeah.
the media admitting that the vaccines are bad.
Yeah.
They're literally admitting it. And you got guys like Brett Weinstein and now like on the side of they're like looking at the stats going, yeah, it looks like at least 20 million people were killed with the vaccine worldwide. And that's like
I
off
reckon
their
that's
side.
an underestimate.
Like this shit, these were lefties. These were people that were on board at the start. These people. So the narrative is completely changed. And
Yeah.
what's going to happen after that? Cunts are going to pay because we're not living in a normal time. It's not a time like any other time in history. It's a time where they've come out in the open. We've seen them for what they are, which we've never seen for thousands of fucking years.
Yeah.
And now they're going to, it's over. It's either us or them now. So, and we're
It
starting.
definitely has that mentality, man. Like I don't know. The way I see it, like you see all these things, you see all these agendas still being pushed, and for the most part, no one is on board with it. Like no one wants to fucking deal with it. The average person doesn't. The only people who are like kicking off about it are people who are online, which is why I literally stay offline as much as possible.
I mean,
Like,
another
it's
and
reason
half of them
for
are
it.
probably bots.
Another
Yeah,
reason
exactly.
for
It's
it.
all
could-
bots. Eh?
Another reason for like obviously us and people that listen to us and people like that they're already on board and they were on board when COVID started. But all the regular people that aren't NPCs that are fence sitters, they're having such a tough time in just life because of rates, because of not having a fucking house and all that shit.
Yeah.
The last thing they care about is whether there's a tranny bathroom or some shit.
Yep.
So they're just like, I don't care, cunt. I've got to fucking work and
I've got a family
10
to
hours
feed.
more a week just to fucking keep the lights on. So
Yeah.
that might be why people are so angry against it. and
Yeah,
just-
because they're trying to fucking squeeze us till we pop. Like they are
Yeah.
really trying to make life impossible for us. It's not
Yeah, well,
an
look at what they
accident
did,
that
the
you
whole
can't.
COVID thing, man. And now everything's unaffordable.
Yeah.
Like everything's ridiculous.
And that's not an accident.
No, it's planned. It's
And
100%
the inflation
planned.
thing is just whatever they feel like doing. They can
They
literally turn the
really
tap
tried
on.
to fucking push it the last 3 years, but
Yeah.
8% nearly every
Yeah.
fucking like the last 3 years. How the fuck is anyone meant to keep up with that? The businesses can't. Well, they say they can't afford to pay their workers, which I think is bullshit. Most businesses have the money there. It just means you get
They
a
do.
little less bonus.
Well, it's that the
Oh,
banks
no.
put the interest rates up, and it's that
And they set 'em, yeah.
and it's this trickle down thing because it squeezes at the people's businesses, and then they squeeze their employees.
Like the
and
rates
then-
always go up quick, but they don't come down quick.
No, they
And
don't.
same with wages.
Yeah.
They don't go up quick. It's like
They
someone
come down
goes,
quick, but
yeah, someone goes, look, you're gonna have to pay me, or I'm gonna leave because I'm struggling.
Yeah.
So they go, fine, but that takes a while, right?
that's literally how I got my last pay rise.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Like
Yeah,
I told my supervisor, I was like, man, like unless something changes, I'm the fuck out of here. And he was like, okay. And he went and talked to his boss. And then next minute, I'm getting pulled aside. This was right before, like on the last day before fucking Christmas. I got a fucking letter, and they were just like, here you go.
Good
And I-
bonus.
Nah, not really.
Oh.
It's just a new pay rate. There's no
Yeah.
bonus.
Oh,
Yeah, this is a new fucking.
I
pay rate.
don't think like we're not people that think we're going back to the old world. We're not. It's dead. But like, we're going into a new world. It's going to be completely different because we're going to find out shit that is just going to flip. The biggest NPC is going to have their world flipped upside down, whether they fucking like it or not. When they hear about the truth about aliens or interdimensional, or who runs the fucking world, all this stuff, you know.
I think that'll just shut down their AI though, to be honest, because like NPCs are basically just like GPT 1. Like they're just really bad AI.
Yeah.
Dude, you see them all the time, man. It fucking drives me. It's a
Shopping
perfect
centers,
example.
like you said. Oh,
So
I just see it so clearly
here
now.
I was. I wanted to get myself a little power bank because at work we have to wear earplugs and I have to crank my speaker to hear it, and so it fucking just chews the battery. Real quick.
Yeah.
So I bought myself a power bank this afternoon in Claremont, and this fucking dude is those like escalators that are just flat,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then like they're magnetic, so your shopping trolley just locks in.
Oh yeah.
He
yeah.
goes up one. He comes around. The first thing that he did that pissed me off is that he's walking on the right hand side. Bro, like, walk on the left, firstly. So, like, you're now in the way. You should be on the left hand side. You drive on the left. Like, it's not that hard to figure that out. But as he's taking the corner, he's just looking behind himself. And he, like, nearly runs a cart into Jess. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, okay. Like, I'm so sick of the excuses that you hear from these fuckheads all the time. Oh, sorry. What are you sorry for?
Yeah.
Are you even aware? Where
No,
are you?
they're not.
What's your name? When were you born? What year is it? Who's the fucking prime minister? Are you even here right now?
Dude, it's
Honestly.
He's just a consumer.
It's a
That's what he is.
legit question.
Yeah.
I met this round. We're just at Hula Boola the other night. We went and sat in the booth and sat next to this random couple, and I just got chatting with the dude, and then he started talking about this, and I'm like, it's funny because other people are wondering this. He's like, dude, I walk around actually questioning whether these people are real.
Yeah.
If they're just NPCs. And I know, like,
it interesting-
at what level are they real people?
Isn't it
Yeah, that
interesting
think for
that-
themselves.
I think it's honestly a level of consciousness.
Yeah, it is.
But
Yeah.
I think it's a particular group of people that
the
you wouldn't
Asians.
think, that you wouldn't, because this is, they're all the
Let's
same.
make it racist immediately.
Because like the people that I see most of all questioning things are like full bogan dudes.
Yep.
And they're just like drink 10 fucking Jack Daniels when they get home every day, but they're like, oh, I don't trust this, I don't trust that, and they question things.
I think it's
the
the harder-
NPCs are the uni grad people.
The harder things are for you, I think, the more you start to question things
That's
because you
probably
start to analyze things like why.
I
is
think
this
it's
fucked
that.
Why am I
up?
getting
I think
fucked
it's-
over all the time?
I think it's
Yeah.
that, but it's also like, let's say you're a full-fledged bogan, you're a dole bludger. You're doing what you want to do. Like, everyone's like, you need to get a job, and then you need to find a wife, start a
Yeah,
family, you
you're
need to
not
do all these
falling
things.
into the
And he's
system.
just like, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. And so instantly the programming, he's separate from the programming.
That's true.
And so naturally he's just going to be like living his fucking life, seeing things and being like, that's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
mean-
and then naturally you start to question shit. I mean, like, I've always done what I wanted to do. I think you boys are very similar in that regard.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell you to do 1,000,001 things and you'll do 0 of them if it doesn't interest you at all.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, a perfect example is look at the group of people that are unvaccinated. If you could see the socioeconomic status of them, they're going to all be on the lower end.
Yep.
Most of them.
Dude, so in America, right, a
Yeah.
third of Americans didn't take the jab, which is awesome.
Fuck, that's a lot.
I guess America, a lot of America didn't have the
mandates, no.
but they still had
California.
the psychological war put on them, right?
Yeah.
So that's a third of people that can't be,
But don't you think
can't be
that
controlled.
their mentality compared to ours is different? Like they have a freedom mentality because that's been drilled into them to be.
That's why they want to destroy America.
Yeah,
that
but we don't have
one
that.
reason alone.
We have the opposite.
They know they've got us.
But they also
And-
have the American dream. They have freedom, but they have
Right.
the American dream, and that's the counter, like, programming, right?
Yeah.
So it's like freedom, do what you want, blah blah blah, buy a ranch or fucking just live off the land or whatever the fuck, because they almost can. Like, well, they pretty much can. Like their park, preservation, other things like that. Like if you wanted to just buy a plot of land and live on it, you fucking could.
You can
It's
literally
just a lot of work.
You can literally sleep in your car on the side of the road. It's
Yeah.
legal. You can
Yeah.
park your van anywhere you want.
I hate that one, but it's not
counter,
legal, eh?
the counter fucking
dumb, eh?
programming is the American dream. You can buy a nice house in a nice suburb, big property, start a family, work for some shitty company, get paid fuck all. You know,
Yeah.
that's the counter thing, because that's the Australian dream.
Yeah.
We modeled our whole system based off of America pretty much.
And it's funny that when you say it like that, it's the American dream was never that when you come to think of it, because the American dream back in the day was get out of England, go to this land of the free where you can do anything. There's nothing there, but you can be the part of building this great country, and literally your options are endless.
Yeah.
And then they come in with this programming of the American dream's actually like what you just said, which is essentially what this is. That's not a dream.
No.
Like having
It's
a
Klaus
family and
Schwab's
all
dream.
that. Yeah.
It's not our fucking dream.
But,
I mean, the
that
average
work at the
person wants
fucking
to-
same job for 30 years, don't ever think outside the box. It's the same as going to uni. Go to uni, get a job, don't think outside the box.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
You're just programmed to be a certain way and do a certain thing and not really question things. You earn good money, you'll probably be pretty happy.
Yeah.
But you're never going to really have your mind open
It's
at all.
like that mediocre thing. This is the argument when I was brought up in that religion that a lot of them would make. That, oh, it's a great life, it's a healthy life, it's this, it's that. And it's like, no, it's a very, very mediocre life at best. Like you're like living down here. You're not, and you're waiting to be rewarded when you die for a better life for living a shitty life here. And that was always
Get the rewards now.
yeah. But like, it's like, don't try too much, just conform and don't think too much because and they're dangling the carrot.
Yeah.
And so don't, and then in a sense that you're never going to better the ones around you. You're never going to change much because you're just a fucking coaster.
But that's why I think there are more NPCs, because there is this sort of programming, and a lot of people fall for it very early, and other people, like, we've always done something slightly different. Like you're always told, don't, like, oh, you want to start a band. Why? You're never going to make it. You're never going to make any money, right? It's like, okay, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, so I don't even care.
I enjoy it. That's why I'm going to do it. I'm with my mates all the time. We play these gigs. It's sick. Rah, rah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it. And I think that's why we don't fall for the programming.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And also
but
it was-
unfortunately, the latest musician, not so much.
But that idea that actually, when you were saying that when your parents or whoever it was would be like, oh, you never make it. Why do you want to be in a band? You can't make money. What they don't realize is that never even came into it. You were just like, how sick is playing music? You didn't think about how much money can I earn. You just thought, oh, how sick would it be to tour?
Dude, at one point, it was sick to get a gig at the Swan Basement because it was somewhere you got to play. You're like,
yeah.
finally someone can see all the shit we've been doing for a year. Sick.
All the effort you put in.
And then, so how did everyone or a lot of people in the music industry become so left wing and mind control? Because when we were young, the lefty musician person when I was growing up was actually what is the centrist thing now. It was all like, fuck the government, do what you want, don't be controlled.
Yeah.
And now those same people, most of them that even were like that, stayed with the ideology that changed. They stayed left or whatever. And now it's like they're programmed with every woke talking point from the fucking government. Any stupid protest they're out there doing without even thinking about it.
Speaking of, Jess and I have been watching this show on Netflix. I forget the name of it, but it's basically this therapist. She's like a psychotherapist, so she gets to know like the clients on a personal level and tries to like work through their problems by going like, I can see why you're saying this, and then try and explain what one partner's saying to the other partner. It's couples therapy. I think that's actually the name of the show. Anyway, there's this one couple. It's fucking hilarious, dude. It is like they should both immediately kill themselves. Immediately. They're both fucking refugees from like Palestine. They're both. It's two women. They're lesbians. And the reason they're in and the reason they're in couples therapy is so that they left when they were young, but they have all this trauma. Even though like, they left when they were 6. It's like I can't even remember like.
You didn't have any
I
trauma.
barely have any fucking memories of 6, so you don't have trauma.
No.
And then she fucking they come to the States. They realize that you can just like do whatever and it's sweet. So they become lesbian because that's the thing to do.
Right.
And then one of them is like, I want to be in a polyamory like relationship, and the other chick's like,
What is polyamory?
I just want to be able to fuck whoever I want.
Okay.
But I want to be able to come home to you because I love you, but I love them as well. And so
polyamorous, yeah.
So one of these chicks is just like, yeah, I'm not cool with that, and the other one's like, you need to respect the fact that I want to fuck anyone. Anyway, they're fucking talking about I've gone way off topic here. What were we just talking about?
Palestine lesbians.
Yeah. No, but before that, there was a point that I was bringing it to. Fuck, I can't
I've
remember.
got immersed in this and then
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about Palestine lesbians now.
Yeah. But like, god damn it, there was a whole point to this. I fucking hate this. My brain doesn't
It'll come
work.
back. Yeah, I'm
how
half asleep
weird is it
tonight.
how your mind just works against you sometimes? Like you won't let you remember a simple word that you remember all the time, or someone's name or whatever, and you're like,
I always think like,
what are you doing?
fuck, give you a brain, and then we only use 10% of it. Like, what's the rest of it for?
Yeah.
Just get rid of it.
No, the rest of it's to block out the 10%. Stop that.
Yeah.
You're meant to be a drone. Stop.
It's all that fluoride, eh?
Yeah.
So I got a present.
That's
here.
right. She got outraged. So she's in this therapy session, and she's just like, she gets asked a pretty hectic question, which involves a bit of self-reflection in dealing with whatever the fuck she's got going on and why she wants to be polyamory. And the biggest deflection you've ever seen in your life comes. She goes, well, you know, I'd like to get into that, but I'm just really stressed out at the moment. You know, what's going on in Palestine, and then what's going on with the Ukraine war, and, you know, like what's happening here at home with like all the abortion rallies and stuff. It's just like, whoa. None of that is your concern.
No.
Also, not the question I asked. Like, I want you to look inward and tell me why you're a piece of shit. No, I can't because there's a war in Ukraine at the moment. It's like, dude, like, I can't tell if it's a deflection or just programming working, you know?
Yeah, because I don't think that's
wild.
an NPC thing. I don't think that they think too deeply. They recite certain things, but they're incapable of actually thinking for themselves.
Self-reflection.
There was a at the World Economic Forum, Avi was interviewing. There was a bunch of Antifa people.
Yeah.
And you can't write this shit. They were all dressed as clowns.
Yeah.
The actual clowns.
Okay.
And they come up and they're trying to talk to him, and she just starts going on about fascism, and he's like, okay, who's the fascist? And because I've seen Antifa and they behave quite fascistly, but he's like, what's your definition of fascism?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you're just trying to trap me in a hole. And it's like, no, I just want to know what your definition is. And she's trying to avoid it for ages.
Yeah.
Ends up answering down the track completely wrong. Like, You're
Man, if
there
you're gonna be
protesting,
in-
calling everyone fascist. You don't even know what it fucking
If
is.
you're in Antifa, you
Yep.
should probably know what it is.
I know. So you're anti, and you're like, we need to stop fascism. Like the fucking
like
the
normie-
Fourth Reich is happening around.
It's like me joining a gym and then eating Reddies in the gym, being like, I'm nailing this, right? This is what
It's
we
like-
come here to do.
Yeah.
I brought KFC this time.
It's like me
You
saying,
want
I'm a
chicken?
bricklayer. And they go, you want to build a wall? And I go, I don't know how to do that. What the fuck?
It's so weird that that's
You want to
it.
build a wall and you're just there with twigs, just like fucking making a hut, and they're like,
I just
brick
go-
wall, bro.
I just go, there's a war in Ukraine. I'm not building any wall. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
So these people
Crazy,
got
man.
bussed in. She was from like Chile and she lived in fucking Holland or something, and they bussed them in. And he was like, "What? I don't get what
They
you
bust
are doing
Antifa.
here." Like the whole thing was so fucking weird, man. And they're dressed as clowns. And it's like, who are you protesting? Like you're protesting the World Economic Forum, but then Antifa, it seems to be pushing their agenda everywhere else in the world. Like they're rolling up at
didn't even know that
riots
was
and
still
throwing
going.
bricks and like. What?
Yeah.
Have you, speaking of bussing people in, have you seen that Texas is
Yeah.
just done with the Mexicans
good
and
is
they're
it?
bussing them to New York and they're like, you deal with it then.
Yeah, but you know what happened? So the New York mayor was trying to, come up with some excuse for the reason why that Texas is bad for doing it. And they were all
Why are they bad for
lame as
doing it?
fuck excuses.
Yeah.
But they've been doing it for a while. So they started to try and make laws so they can't do it. Right? So New York was making laws
Because
that
they
the
sent
buses
them
No,
up
but-
to that place
So
with
they
Nancy
started-
Pelosi and
Yeah, so they started sending them, right? Because they made these laws that the buses couldn't stop and let immigrants off in New York. So they started sending them to like the outer suburbs and just telling them to catch taxis into the city. They go there and they go, "This is New York," and they're like, "This is the country," and they're like, "Yeah, you just figure out your way to get in there." So they get around it, so they can still send them in.
But wouldn't you like
That's hilarious.
what kind of law? Like these are the people that are like they need to come here. It's for their future. Rah rah. And they're like,
Yeah.
cool. All right, you want them? Here they are.
they
And they're
are,
like,
yeah.
whoa. What are we meant to do with these? They're like, what do you fucking think we've been talking about for the last billion years?
Yeah.
Like it's been a problem forever.
And it's the blatant invasion of it's weaponized migration, the blatant
Well, what's gonna
invasion of
happen-
America. They did it in Europe and now
Yeah.
they're doing it to America.
What's
They
going to
got
happen
to
with
do it to California as well. They got to send them
definitely
there.
have to, yeah.
Because the moment
Send
they
them to
start making
Gavin
all these
Newsom.
laws of you can't fucking dump them here,
Yeah.
then all their fucking free Democrat votes out the window. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're letting them all come over. And then the Democrats are trying to push that
They can vote without being a citizen, yeah.
non-American
Oh, yeah, right.
Just
citizens
think
can
about how
fucking vote.
fucking crazy
That's
is.
Yeah, it's
retarded,
To say
bro.
to an American, like
That means that
Americans that
if-
actually value
Do I get to
freedom.
vote in American politics?
Yeah.
Like,
Just go to
what the
Mexico,
fuck,
cross
man?
the river, and fucking.
No, not even. Just I don't even need to go to Mexico and cross the river. I could take a flight directly to LAX, cast a
Yeah.
vote,
Yeah.
fucking piss it up for 2 weeks, and then come home.
That would be bad because if they did let everyone, Trump would definitely win.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't
I'd
even.
fly there to vote for him.
yeah, 100%. So would I. I reckon you could actually maybe fill a bus of people
Yeah.
and ship them there.
But what's Texas going to do? Like, I don't know if you've seen what's going on, but so the border patrol, the feds were controlling the Texas border, right?
Yes.
And they're
And-
letting them cut the fucking razor wire. They
They
put
were.
They're
razor wire.
literally just
Yeah.
letting him in.
So then the
They're
guard,
holding
the
the gate,
National
like-
Guard,
Yeah.
So then the Texas National Guard kicked him out and said, "Fuck you,
Yeah.
you're gone." And then they put up the razor wire and they did all this other shit,
Yeah.
and it's completely stopped the fucking flow. Obviously, it's because they're like, we've got fucking, we've got military here with weapons, and they're
Yeah.
turning them around, and telling them to fuck off.
And Mexicans are
So
naturally
now-
lazy, and you're like, you got to climb the wall, and they're like, no.
Well, I swam a river. I'm a
sleep. I
wetback.
sleep.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm going to do. I'm not
I
good at
heard,
climbing.
I heard there were buses. Where are the buses?
Well, that's funny you say that because two of the guys tried to get in, and there were the guards were there, the Texas
Yeah.
guards,
And they're like, "Fuck off."
oh. And they didn't do it. They didn't arrest them because they're on the other side still,
Yeah.
right? So they said, "What are you doing here?" And they go, "We're looking for the buses."
Yeah.
And they go, "Well, there's no fucking buses. Go back." So they just started walking down the wall to try and find a place where
There's
the
a bus.
Texas weren't and the feds were, so that the feds would take it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so they know.
Fucking
they know.
crazy. Yeah.
So now they know, and so now the federal government and Biden is trying to overthrow the Texas
Yeah.
government but the Texans have a right to defend their borders.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah,
can't. The
the most-
Constitution was written so that you
Yeah.
can't do that. The federal
Yeah.
government
Are they
can't.
frisking them when they come in though? Because they've always had an issue with the war on drugs. And now you're literally just like, if you find a Fed, you could be strapped head to toe with cocaine. They're like, fucking come on in. And you can bust it directly to New York, cut the fuck out of it, make a bajillion dollars,
Yeah.
and then be a new drug kingpin.
But
Like
so they're saying
that.
that civil war
Dude, it's-
situation
it's-
is going to happen from that
The-
scenario.
The,
Well, that's what they hope.
the,
That's
the
what
potential
they're aiming
outcomes,
for.
the potential outcomes from allowing this is fucking phenomenal. It's retarded. It's the most retarded thing ever. I work with a guy who's 42 years old, and I genuinely believe he is mentally retarded. I'm pretty sure the only word he can say is chicken and burger. But even he would be like, "This is a great opportunity. I'm going up there.
Yeah.
I'm going to
But-
fucking
but-
strap 4 kgs of fucking
But they don't
cocaine,
get-
and I'm going to become a millionaire
But
immediately."
like you said, like Mexicans come. It's not Mexican. It is Mexican. Some of them. But
just South
fucking
America.
Guatemala.
Yeah, it's just
no,
South
it's
Am-
Chinese
It's
and
actually
shit.
mostly Chinese.
I'm not
yeah.
joking.
Yeah, yeah.
Sudanese. People from fucking everywhere. Man.
A big part of them are Chinese.
That's so mental.
That's fucking hilarious.
But,
Yeah.
and then you got to wonder: is that part of the invasion?
Imagine letting
Yeah.
the fucking enemy in. Just they're not allies with China.
No.
It's just, are you out of your fucking
and
mind?
they're unscreened. They're not like
Yeah.
you don't know who they are.
No idea.
They could be soldiers.
Yeah, Xi Jinping straight through the border.
Xi Jinping's just fucking living on a beach in Florida, smoking stogies, just like, oh,
Smoking meth. He's just like, I want to see alligator.
it's the fact that people that are just pretending that this is all happening by accident, that's what pisses me off. It's like they are trying to destroy the West. It's so fucking obvious, and they've
Yeah.
been doing it forever
Yeah.
because they can't have totalitarian and freedom.
Yeah.
They can't have the two systems. The globalist predator class want totalitarianism across the globe. America was built off freedom, and the West was built off America. You know, Canada, Australia, and England's just become whatever. Fucking England's not what it was.
England's basically Yemen or some shit now.
But no one will admit this shit, man. And that's the reason why this happens, because they're like, it's all incompetence. Oh, yeah, just incompetently everything happens perfectly and falls into place with their plan. And they tell us their plan.
But why is everything all of a sudden incompetent on all levels?
Yeah.
In all facets of life. Like
Yeah.
literally everything.
Yeah.
The construction industry, complete shambles at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is incompetent.
there's no
whoever's
one-
Fucking why?
Whoever's keeping the aliens at bay, incompetent, because they're getting out now.
I don't see that as very much of a shock because look at the people that they've got to choose these politicians and stuff from.
The
It's-
feds are just letting the aliens through the fucking wall. They're like, yeah, you good.
Yeah.
Think about how
Have
useless.
you heard of consumerism? Go to the mall.
Think about how useless millennials are going to be when they're in Parliament when they
They're
get to
already
Parliament.
useless now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like imagine like Trudeau and Albo, they're the older generation.
Yeah.
And they're fucking
Yeah,
useless.
and they're like, you
What-
need to argue a point that I can't. There's a war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I can't possibly have this conversation right now. Can we come
So-
back tomorrow? Like, bitch, there's like 300 people who flew here to have this conversation today.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's a good point.
Albo's in panic mode, so he's trying to come up with some excuse for like all the rate rises and everything, and trying to come up help somehow, but he's got nothing.
Just
So-
fucking turn on the banks for Christ's sake. They're the ones causing it. Like
Well,
you were
yeah.
saying, they control the fucking interest rates.
Yeah, they
and
do.
inflation. Like they.
And apparently, from what I understand of it, like they control the rates, right? And the rates have gone up. If wages go up, they have to put the rates up. So you have to just suck it up, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's my
That's
understanding.
that's
of
the
it.
Australian dream.
Yeah.
Suck it up, princess.
There's no fucking way you, like a younger person, unless they're lucky and they have family, that they're going to be able to own a home.
The only
the
way-
generation, his fucking child, by the time she gets of age to buy out, there's no fucking chance.
The only way you can own a home now, honestly, because I've been looking into it. We
Same.
had a meeting with home buyers.
Oh, okay.
You have to build, and you'll get fucking shafted.
Yeah.
You'll get a shit fucking house.
100%.
And you'll be lucky as fuck to make any money on it.
Yeah,
because
probably
the
break
block,
even, maybe.
the block sizes are fucking terrible.
Are they?
Terrible, dude.
Mm.
There's no new estate building a block size over 500 square meters that I'm aware of in Perth.
Yeah, right.
They're all
That's pretty small.
all
So you got to build
fucking
2-story
tiny.
then, if you want a bigger house.
If you want a bigger house, sure, but then that's going to be more expensive for obvious reasons. And
Yep.
then,
Man, I went and did
don't
an
know of many-
inspection. Well, it wasn't an inspection. I just went and had a look because the house down the road had the roof on, but it hadn't had the tiles or the tin put on
Yeah.
top. So I went to have a look to see what the building was like. Fucking
dog
hell,
shit.
man.
Dog
I was
shit.
like, oh my god.
It's just
Like-
apprentices, man. There's there's
Yeah.
like first year apprentices out there on their own, like fucking
Yeah.
chasing walls and fucking knocking up all this shit, and it is trash.
It's real bad. Like
Yeah.
Like I was looking at, I go, I wouldn't pass this. Like if
No.
I had to go to this one and look it over, I would say you got to redo half of this.
Yeah.
So but the thing is that they're not going to see it, right? Because they put the ceiling on, they put the fucking tiles on the roof.
Yeah.
No one goes in the roof space ever. Like
Yeah.
rarely.
Well, my workmate is building in Baldivis at the moment. That looks joy.
Fucking hell! How many
My-
patties are in that thing?
100.
What was Paddy? Remember we were fucking high on muffins?
Paddy Persuasi.
Paddy Persuasi. Yeah, that's how many patties.
He's in your burger. He's like, give me another fucking patty.
You want another fucking patty?
Give me all your fucking potatoes. We were talking about how Paddy Persuasi was the cause behind the Irish famine. Don't ask me how he got there, but we did.
Mushrooms.
Yeah. My mate at work is building a house in Baldivis at the moment, and it's a 3x2 like house with the garage in like the alleyway. So you got like the house in the front, like the little patio sort of courtyard area, and then the garage out the back, and it backs onto a laneway. Right. Now, unfortunately for him, these properties don't sell very well. They might when he goes to sell it in 20 years' time, because if you're trying to buy a 700 square meter block with an old 3x1 on it, they're going to be worth like $3 million because they're sitting on so much fucking land, and it's like 20 k's from the city.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. He's gone and looked at all, like he's going every now and again just to see the quality of the build. He's a fucking tradie himself. He's not an idiot. He knows what to look for, what he's trying to figure out. And it's like, it's simple shit. Things like, you chase the wall to put some conduit in for a PowerPoint, and it's like fucking zigzagging through the wall. It's just like, okay, great. So if I ever want to do any sort of future shit, I got to pull down like this much wall, not this much wall, or plaster or whatever. Then the weirdest thing that they did is in his garage. It's a fully enclosed garage. Some of those they're just open to the backyard. He's got a fully like enclosed one, and they've fucking halfway through the roof space, they've just welded like a massive piece of fucking steel, like to the I think it's steel framing in there.
All right.
So
Oh, steel
half
framing.
of it's locked out. You can't
Oh.
like, so the access point is here,
Yeah.
and then half of your roof you can't even get to.
Okay.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on, man? Like, there's.
I don't know, that's weird.
I genuinely think that a big part of it is because this whole, you can work from home, it's all sweet now. So all the project managers are just like, fuck it, I don't need to go to site anymore. I can work from home. It's like, you definitely need to come to site.
It's probably true, yeah.
You need to see what the fuck is going on.
Well, they're also like flat out, right?
They'll only be building-
But there'll be pressure from the company that they're fucking working for, where they're like, we don't make mistakes. Everything we do is perfect. And they're like, yeah, of course, it's all great. So they go on site, they see dog shit, and they're like, nah, it's fine. We can pass this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the
You'll only
more
build-
houses they build, the more commission everyone gets, the happier the company is. It's just fucked, man. It's the most corrupt fucking bullshit ever.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do if I was building a house. You'd be choosing your builder wisely, put it that way.
So
So-
here's the option, right?
Yeah.
All those like affordable living, Momu, Dale Alcock, Home Buyers, the ABN Group, all those fucking companies that are building these houses, do not build with them.
No.
Do not fucking build with them.
No.
The only way to do it is if you can afford a 600K mortgage, you need to build a 500K home and save the 100K to build independently with just a builder.
Yeah, sure.
There's also a good one. Is Riverstone? They're building next door. They have a company called Edge.
Yeah.
Which is like they just build normal homes to compete with all them, but they say you get the same tradies and the same deals you do on the massive house like they're building next door.
Yeah.
And they're awesome, man. Like, that's such a good. I build with them 100% just
Yeah.
with a normal house.
Yeah.
I know the director as well, but they're sick.
You know what's actually fucked as well at the moment is WA's just brought in this law. I think it's actually all of Australia.
WA brought in a law.
Caesar stone's illegal now.
What is?
Caesar stone.
What's it?
Caesar stone's a silicon based like marble sort of stone top that you use for your kitchen benches. It's basically the only thing that makes your kitchen bench look modern and actually awesome. Also, it's a stone. So you can put hot things on it without worrying about it burning any sort of vinyl
Is
or
this
wood or anything.
because they care about us?
Yes, because there's you can get silicosis from it when you cut it.
They didn't mind about the vaccine, the COVID vaccine.
but
They
also,
mind about that.
no. Do you know why they brought this law in? Because retards were cutting it dry.
Okay.
They weren't using a fucking wet
And
saw.
they know that it's hazardous.
It's
We're supposed
literally
to know.
like 90% silicon, this fucking thing.
Let them
And
die.
They're cutting it
Let
dry.
them die.
Hey, you know your quick cut? You see that fucking hose adapter fucking portion of it? Put a hose on it.
Yeah.
Turn it on. See what happens.
Just let them die.
Crazy.
Let them die.
Wait, what was that?
They
Well,
can.
the masks actually work for fucking
wear a mask.
for fucking
Wait, do they have a
big particles
vaccine?
of stuff.
yeah.
I'm sure they've got a vaccine for it. They could vaccinate the stone bench stock.
So we do this walkthrough with home buyers because they were like, oh, you know, we talked about prices and where we're going to build and our potentials anyway, what we could afford. We sort of were like, yep, we can work with this area. It was in Wellard. Like, we can work with that. Then I shortly found out after that it was built on a wetlands, and I was like, not fucking interested because it's just going to sink. Thanks.
Yeah.
But you do a walkthrough of their showroom. They show you all this stuff, and she's like, all that says don't ignore that. And I was like, what are your other options? She's like, porcelain or like vinyl wrath wood. And I was literally just like, I don't want either of those. And she's like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. And I was just like, the kitchen is like my number one. And
What
she's
about
like,
stainless?
She was
So
like,
does
she was
that
like, what do
include
you,
all the marble tops are made of the one that
marble? I think is fine, but Caesar stone is like a man-made composite of it.
I know
Yeah.
the one. I had that in my house in that apartment in Hay Street. Had that white compressed looking.
Yeah. And it looks sick. It is literally a stone, essentially, once it's constructed. You can put hot stuff on it without it burning. Like, it's an epic fucking top to have, and it looks really good. And they were just like, she was like, you can't have any of that. And I said to her, I was like, my kitchen's like the number one thing. I was like, I will compromise on fucking everything else. Like, double vanity, couldn't give a fuck. As long as the kitchen is nice. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Kitchen and garage.
And how far is it from Reddy's?
Yeah, exactly. That too. But yeah, fucking.
Important.
And she was just like, oh, well, these are your options. I was literally, I turned to Jess, I was like, we're fucking out of here. Like, I'm not doing that. It's just fucked, man. The whole building market's so cooked at the moment. Like,
Well, they couldn't get materials for it.
The government's cooked.
I had
Get
heaps of
rid of the
people.
councils.
I had
The councils are corrupt.
No, the councils are fucked.
They
Man.
We don't need them.
No, we
We
don't.
need counties. You can't have councils that have consolidated power and that are in bed with the fucking land developers.
Yeah.
It's actually so fucking corrupt, man.
Yeah.
They don't do much either. Like,
I don't understand.
I
what's
deal with them a
stifled,
lot.
but what do your
Progress,
rates? What do
so-
your rates go towards? Look at
Yeah.
any suburb. Even look at Mosman Park. Their rates are fucking retarded compared to most suburbs.
Are they?
Do they go around and whippersnip the weeds that are growing out of curbs and fucking spray them? No. Are the parks got green turf half the time? No. It's yellow. It's dying. Like, all the shit the councils are doing. It's like, where's the fucking money? Where's the money going? What are you doing with it? Because you're not putting it back into the suburb.
Yeah.
Clearly not. There's no new developments or like fucking, you haven't put in like a new shopping center that's like a bit more convenient or has like a modern layout. There's fucking nothing. If they build the fucking thing, Woolworths will be like, yep, we'll fucking buy that off you and rent it off you.
Oh, yeah.
It's a money making opportunity, but they're just not fucking doing anything, man.
Yeah,
It's fucked.
I remember up in the hills, they had the council up there. They get a certain amount of money from government, from state government, and they have to spend it within that year, financial year, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they had all
And
this.
if they don't, the funding next year is cut. Yeah.
So they put a curb. I don't know if you've been out to my house, but it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. They put a curb because there was no curb along the whole road.
Yeah.
That's what they did. And I'm like, no one goes anywhere near here. There's a footpath and a curb. One person might walk on it in a year.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
I'm like, what a fuck. Like, you could have done so much other shit with that.
They recently redid all the curbing in Mosman Park. which would be on a similar sort of thing. Like, you
Right.
got this money. What do you need to spend it?
You
What are you
just need
doing
to
with
get
it?
rid of it. Yeah.
So they fucking redid all the curbing. They fucked up everyone's front gardens.
Did
They cut,
actually, I
they cut
saw them
all
they were
our
doing
retic out.
Did they?
They cut all the retic. All the fucking retic that went to the fucking
And then they
curbside.
were like, sorry.
They came and they fucking cut it. And I remember I got home one day and there's sprinkler and like a bit of PVC just clean cut sitting where the
Wasn't
sprinkler
there
used
water
to be.
just spraying everywhere?
No, because the retic wasn't on at the time.
Yeah.
Retic's on mostly at night
Yeah.
because it's just better to water your lawn at night because
Yeah.
it actually retains the water. It doesn't just evaporate. But I went straight to the first fucking council dude and I was like, oi. And he's like, what? And I was like, you cunts have just cut that fucking sprinkler. I was like, what are you going to do about that? And they're like, oh, no, that wasn't us. That's like a different crew. And I was just like, okay, point them out. And he's just like, oh, no, they're not here now. And I was just like, well, what? I was like, okay, well, what the fuck is going on with this then? And they're like, oh, they come back and fix it. And I was like, bullshit, they do. And he's like, oh, you know, they have to. It's council land. And I was like, okay, it's council land, but who paid for the retic to be installed? Did the council pay for the retic to be? Of course they fucking didn't. I was like, you can't start paying for that. And I was like, not only that, you've cut it. You haven't capped the end. I was like, I dug the fucking soil up. I was like, the end's open. The line is full of fucking rocks and sand now. So even if we do turn it on, all the sprinkler heads are clogged now. I was like, so it's not just as simple as fucking reattaching it. You got to fully clean the lines, take all the heads off. I was like, it's actually a bit of work. What are you doing about it? Oh, I'm just a traffic controller, mate. I don't know anything about it. Like, you just need to chill out. It will all get sorted. I'm just like, you're a crackhead. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Fuck you, cunt. Just went off, man. Like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other way around.
Thanks
if you
for spending that money. Cheers.
if you build something on and it's not in the limits of your boundary, and you go onto like the road
Yeah.
reserve area, they fuck you, eh?
Yeah.
They'll fine you a lot of money.
Funny
Yeah.
that, but they
Yeah.
can just come onto yours
Yeah,
and
they
fuck
can do
you.
it.
And then
Fuck
just-
that
Well,
up.
it's technically council land, right? Because it's
Yeah.
where you can build your fence to
Yeah.
is where council land ends.
That's
so,
right.
so begins. Is where it
the-
begins.
what,
Where
the
your land
footpath,
ends.
The footpath.
No.
Where does the land end, though?
So if you know when you see a property and they've like built a fence like all the way out the front, the furthest point of that is the end of their property line, and beyond that to the road is council land.
Yeah.
So if you fucking have lawn out there and with retic attached, it's coming off your house. You're paying for it. You put it in. Like it's all.
Is the
cost you.
council land out the front, like kind of where your like the garage?
So essentially, so like think of your driveway. There's like a halfway point along your driveway where that's no longer your property.
Well, that piece of grass that we park on, is that council land out the
Yes.
front of your house? It is.
Yeah,
It
100%.
will be, yeah.
100% is council land. But here's the counter, right? Okay, they come and cut all your fucking sprinklers. So you just go, oh, I'm just going to pull my lawn out then because then there's no point. And then you get a fucking letter from the council. The front of your property doesn't look very nice.
Yeah.
It's not really dealing with the aesthetic of the you know, we want to have a nice,
they do.
especially with
New
new
estates,
estates.
yeah.
New estates all come with front landscaping included.
Yeah.
Because
And
they
you
want
can't
it to look
change
nice.
what it is. They have to.
You can design it roughly,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the package they'll offer
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, it's $2,000 included. Do you know what
Yeah.
$2,000 gets you? Retic or
Not
plants?
much, yeah.
It's, do you want lawn? And do you want me to put down some fresh lawn and some plants? Yes, please. And can you mulch? Yeah, not a problem. You've
Yeah.
hit the max of your quote. Okay, cool. And then how do I turn on the retic? Oh no, you can't. That's extra.
But they go full hard in those estates.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't have. You have to have particular letterboxes and fucking facades on the front of your house. And
I hate
doors.
that
Yeah.
shit, man.
The front door has to be.
So what
set.
is it, fucking
Like-
Pleasantville?
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I mean. It just breeds NPCs because every
it's
house is the
horrible.
Speaking
same.
I
of,
couldn't
there's a
handle
house that
living in
I've
that
found
shit.
that I really like, and it's on Gay Street, and I'm this fucking close to putting an offer in.
Gay Street, sweet.
I'd love to live on Gay Street. Jess
Yeah.
sent it to me. She's like, you probably won't like this one. And I was like, I love it. Let's live there.
Oh, that'd
a
be
big
hell
trans
funny to live
flag
on
out the
Gay
front.
I
Street.
want to live there purely so when I invite my brother around, I can be like, me casa, su casa, bro.
Yeah.
You should feel right at home here, bro.
Oi, did you boys see that fucking speech that the Argentinian president did at the World Economic Forum?
Yeah, I saw some of it. Yeah,
Pretty fucking good.
yeah.
He
man.
just tore
Well,
them
how
apart.
did he get
but-
let in there?
I don't know.
They must be retarded.
That's a bit sus as well.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, a little bit.
He tore them to pieces. He's like, basically like socialism fucked
who
the
did?
whole
Sorry?
world.
Argentinian.
Argentinian.
Oh yeah. He's hectic, man.
But he was basically like, yeah, socialism's fucked the whole world, impoverished humanity for the last 100 years. It's, it's destroyed Argentina. And he just went through statistics. It's destroyed it. Everything that they push, he destroyed.
Yeah.
And you wonder why also, he was there. Because they know he's a fucking, he's a, libertarian, you know.
He's not libertarian. He's right for sure.
Well, he calls himself libertarian,
definitely.
but that year, Klaus Schwab and that were like, oh, there's this anti, what do they call it, libertarian movement and anti.
Called him a fucking Jew, I think. There's a Jew rat, an Argentinian Jew rat, spreading propaganda.
Well, I'm pretty sure Schwab's a Jew. His mum's a Rothschild, so yeah. He would be part Jew, yeah.
It's funny that he loves tyranny so much as a Jew. That's very
it's funny that the Jews seem to be all the ones that pull the strings in the world, but no one wants to talk about that. Funny that.
Well, Kanye did.
Yeah, Kanye did. It's funny he had a chance. You wonder what he was doing, because what he's saying is true. There is
Speaking facts,
a
I think.
Jewish mafia that runs the world. That most of them are Jews.
Ruin the table.
Why couldn't he just be normal?
You're a shit wog. Where's your coaster?
Don't have one, mate.
It's laminated,
I'm
mate. Should be right.
Yeah.
Tough as nails, this
Yeah,
shit.
this table's gone
Wait,
all right.
So,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
have to
Let's
do
do
this.
it.
So-
Hang on, let me get the camera on you. There we go.
so Normie's mum got us a present.
Yeah.
On your
gonna
Bev.
I'm not going to pretend I haven't opened it, because I have.
Yeah.
I can't do that. But,
And now we've all got
Oh,
COVID.
you're so authentic.
Yeah.
You're so honest.
yeah.
Yeah, when before you're like, should I just put it back in there so I can pretend like I'm opening
No,
it for the
I was putting it
first
back in there so I can open it on there, but I'm not going to be like, look, I'm so. But
Hi, I'm Josh Spencer, and this is my first unboxing video.
even if I hadn't opened it,
Oh, wow.
you would
Look
guess
at
what
that.
it was going to be, right? You guessed what it was going to be.
Yeah, a vaccine.
So Josh obviously is now a new father. And so my mother wanted to get Josh something for him and his daughter. Obviously, her main concern is her health and well-being.
Yeah,
Definitely wants to make sure she's got good 5G.
yeah.
And so I'll let you take over from here.
So, as you can expect, the card comes with a vaccine schedule.
Can we read some of
Immunisation
that?
schedule,
What you need?
which you already get when you have a kid. So, we
read it?
have to read this. We need
Yeah.
about an hour to read the list of
That's fucking
vaccines.
hate. Is that all the ones you're supposed to have?
Yeah.
What, when you're born?
Only your mum could track down a plush toy that's
COVID.
COVID-19 propaganda.
COVID-19.
This is propaganda. Look, COVID-19, coronavirus disease. Like, where did someone
made
patented
in
this
China,
idea
for sure.
that a virus looks like this, right?
Yeah.
It was a full propaganda campaign, because that's just, and then they try to make it cute to
It's got
brainwash kids.
eyes.
And
It's
there's
a
a
bit
whole
creepy, to be
so
honest.
when you open it up, this is how bright it's got facts.
Oh, yeah.
Cities are locked down, schools are business. So it's got a full spiel
fucking
about
crazy.
coronavirus in here.
Oh,
And-
dude, that's fucking.
Hold on.
There's a whole paragraph in there.
yeah, it's a whole thing about COVID-19.
It's definitely made in China, Taiwan.
Oh, it's yeah. Oh, yeah, made in China. It's made
So-
in China.
Sorry, Taiwan is a part of China.
So I feel like
Yeah.
that if I give
South
this
China.
to my kid, there might be some she's put some fucking Moderna needles or something in here. So when it starts playing, that she
take
gets
a bite.
poisoned.
Take a bite.
Yeah.
Suck
Sniff
on
it. Just sniff it a bit.
Wait, lick it.
This this is now a podcast prop.
Okay.
Add to the table.
You're like, I refuse to give it to my daughter.
Yeah. Well, it's made in China and it's COVID propaganda. It's like
It's probably
I've
got
gone through-
a new strain in there, right? And it's just
We all die.
yeah.
yeah. So what do we got here? The West Australian immunisation schedule.
Fucking hell! How many is in here? And when you're
Dude,
you
it's
go
like-
birth to 7 days. Whoa. So okay.
What is
so
it? Nothing.
no. So it
Dude,
starts. It
They
starts
want
at
Hep B.
birth.
Hep B when they come out.
It
How are
starts
they
at
getting
Hep-
hepatitis?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not fucking it.
Yeah.
Nor is it on heroin.
Yeah.
I think we'll be all
It's
right.
because pedos make the vaccine schedule and they're like, oh, when I fuck it, when it comes out, I don't want it getting
Hold on a sec.
hepatitis off me.
Yeah.
Antigen H.
I might want to fuck
Hepatitis.
it again later.
What the? what is this about? So it says the antigen, so it's the virus or thing that you're fighting, and when birth to 7 days is hepatitis, and that's it by the looks of this one. Then it says 6 to 8 weeks, and it's got rotavirus, some other ones. Then they have specific Aboriginal ones, and it says Men B. What the fuck is Men B?
Meningococcal, maybe.
Oh, all right, meningococcal, right? Okay.
Meningitis.
Why did Aboriginals have specific ones? Then 4
They
months.
want to kill them more.
Okay,
That's
so hold
why.
on. So between birth and 8 weeks, you've already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vaccines.
Yeah.
Right? That's only 8 weeks. Then by 4 months, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more.
Yeah.
So we're up to 13,
Then 6 months, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 more again.
17.
12 months, so you're 1 year old. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more.
22.
And then 18 months, 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
26.
2 years, it just says catch up if you need one.
So one of Sarah's friends, right?
26. 26
And you're not even,
jabs.
you're only fucking 2 years old.
Wait, one of Sarah's friends took her 2-year-old to
Dude,
get the,
it's
to
more
get
than
the
a jab a
2-year-old vaccine schedule the other day. Died. They
Really?
jabbed the kid and he had a convulsion for a reaction to and he just died there and then.
Shit.
And here's the thing.
That's
What the
fucked up.
fuck?
You don't need them. Ask someone
definitely don't need all
why
these.
chronic disease went up around 1930 when they started using vaccines. Why?
Yeah. I think what you said, and it really stuck with me when you said that shit about like the fact that health and cleanliness and the way we prepare food and everything else has gotten so much better.
Yeah.
That's why we don't get sick as much.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
And dude, even if
Yeah.
from my own perspective,
Yeah.
I was getting real sick all the time, like a few years ago. Then I went, I changed my diet. I went to the, sort of balanced my body out, the naturopath, got the minerals, everything. I've been sick in like a year now. So, and I was getting sick once a month.
Yeah.
I feel way better. It's just the proof's in the pudding, man. We don't need medical interventions every 5 seconds. And who's to say these cunts aren't just making these diseases? You know, it's problem, reaction, solution with these people.
It's very
you know,
true. It is. Yeah.
because they're the one who funds it. The pharmaceutical companies fund the research for vaccines. They put
Yeah.
out a virus, COVID-19, perfect example. They do something fucked up, and then they're like, "We have the solution. It's a
Yeah.
bio weapon that kills you."
Is COVID on there?
Um,
Must be new, like
the-
somewhere around there.
I work with a guy who has a newborn, and the coronavirus is a part of the immunization. Yeah. I just want to Google some of these because
Really?
it
They're
doesn't even-
giving-
it doesn't even tell you what it is. It's just
No, it doesn't.
fucking like what the fuck is 13-volt PCV?
If you've given your kid, your baby, the coronavirus experimental jab, you are a fucking idiot. And I feel
100%.
fucking sorry that child had to be born to you and have
you,
you
yeah.
as a fucking parent.
I know.
Especially now.
Yeah.
It's fucking unreal. Like, and one thing is, man, like they're not really the vaccine thing. It seems like everyone's pushing against it because even the nurse or everyone is sort of like, "Yep, that's
They said,
fine.
"Don't
That's
worry."
your kid. You'd do it your way." And just everyone you speak to is questioning it now.
The thing that I don't like still, and I've been battling a lot of people on Twitter because that's where all the lefty morons are, and there's heaps of vaxxers still on there that like try and shit on. They call, you know, they just try to rip on people that are conspiracy theorists and all that shit. And they go on all the time about, oh, you know, all these crazy people, unvaccinated, you know, and you know they're having horse paste, and they say all just the general things that people were saying.
All these
They're still
horse
saying-
dewormer.
Yeah, they're still saying it now, right? And I just every time I see it, I reply, you do understand the reason why we're at where we're at now, where no one's taken any vaccines, is because of people like you.
And thank you.
Yeah, I mean, yes,
Thank fuck.
100%. But I'm like, they don't understand that it's your fault that this has happened.
Dude, 4 years ago,
Yeah.
I would have given all my kid all the
Yeah.
vaccines
Yeah.
Exactly.
because I'd never looked into it. And I
No.
thought people that anti-vaxxers were idiots.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would have just called them idiots. And, you know, I would have been on that side. But the fact of the matter is, when something wakes you up, you can't put the fucking, you know, the penis back in the box, whatever the fucking saying is.
Well, you can. You just stitch it on and give him some drugs, and then it's back in the box again.
Put the penis back in the box.
But,
Watch me.
Yeah.
Watch me put a penis in a box.
But here's the
Watch
thing.
me put one on my arm.
Jess, come here.
She's had no vaccines. Healthy as fuck, funny enough.
Yeah.
And everyone else I know that didn't get that. There's adults that never
There's
had
heaps.
any. And this,
There's
dude, when
heaps.
you actually analyze all their studies, the fucking thing, all the evidence is so sketchy for any of their arguments. It's and
Well,
like,
they've been known to falsify all their fucking data.
Yeah.
All of it.
Here's the thing,
And-
right?
and
They get
Say
called
if
out all the fucking time.
say if
Look
for
at what's that fucking new weight loss thing that people have been taking, and it's actually a bit of a sore topic for our friendship group, but I won't bring it up now. But it's I forget the fucking name of it, but like
weight loss.
Yeah. It's for like diabetics, man.
oh.
Yeah. It's your diabetic medicine, but it's great for weight loss. And they started to like prescribe it, being like, yeah, if you want to lose weight, like take this jab, rah. And it's not a vaccine or anything, but it's like an injection you can take.
Yeah.
Well,
And it does help with weight loss.
okay.
Fucking
So
forget
does
the name.
fucking crack, but you don't do that
there's-
shit.
No,
either.
dude, the side effects are fucking killing people. Literally
really?
killing people. Yeah. 100%.
Is it called
Isn't
statins?
isn't it funny how
We'll
they
talk about it on Patreon, man, because I don't want to bring it up in a public setting.
Yeah,
but
right.
like, yeah, it's fucking hectic. I'll find the name of it.
Isn't it funny
Statins
how
is
they
one
just
of them.
start
My
trying?
mum had to go on it.
They just start trying this shit on people, and then
Yeah.
people are dying, and they're like, we'll sweep it under the rug for a little longer, let a few more people die.
Here's the other thing. So all these fucking vaxists, I call them vaxists, the people that are still pushing it hard, they're like, oh, there's a outbreak of some disease now because all you fucking, anti-vax people won't get vaccinated.
Why aren't we getting it?
Yeah. Well, so say like, okay, let's pick like polio, right? Polio was bad, but it's gone, but it's probably in third world countries, maybe.
Well,
If-
wherever Bill Gates pushed his oral vaccine,
Yeah.
actually.
if it started happening again, then we would do something about it. Like if it got out of control, but it isn't. So why should we?
And why do they want it so bad?
Yeah.
Why do they want it? Like, they can't let go. They're fucking obsessed with this. Like, they want it to come back and to scare us all. It's like, get it. Actually sit down and think about how insane that is. Like, it's like you want your team to win so bad. You don't care who has to pay or die for it. It's like, how about just remembering that you're a human being?
Well, how about this fucking...
Ozempic is the name.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of Ozempic?
No.
Someone
Bro.
listed it here.
Yeah.
Devin.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It
Ozempic.
is fucking toxic.
Right.
It's so bad for you, man. And it's like this thing they basically, I think it was for diabetics. Oh, cramp. Fuck, I'm
Like-
dehydrated at the moment, eh?
An experimental
It's
drug. or
not,
something.
not experimental, man. It's been around for a while, but it was for diabetics, I believe. I'm not sure if I've got this right or not, but it was for something else. And then
Well,
as
off-script stuff.
as all drugs go, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, but it also helps with this.
Yeah, it's
so they
off-label.
started prescribing it for weight loss, and it was fucking people up, left,
Hmm.
right, and center. There's a reason why I wanted to bring this up, but in a personal level, it's not for public discussion. Sorry, guys, but yeah, if you're fucking taking Ozempic, get off it now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
100%. There's a way to lose weight. I don't know what it is. You guys probably do, but
Not
I'm
really.
going to
Here's
just
a
go
dude, here's
ahead
a
and
guy.
say diet and exercise.
And
I
fasting.
mean, yeah.
Diet and exercise.
Me and Dre are going to do a 3-day fast next week. It's going to
Oh,
be
yeah?
fucked.
I used to fast, but it was very much motivated by smoking meth.
Yeah.
So
Do you reckon that's why meth addicts never get sick?
yeah.
Yeah, it does
I
something
think
to their immune system.
Well, you know.
I used to get sick a fair bit actually.
Oh, really? When you're on the gear?
Well, because it's the lack of sleep and just you're just not
Lack
looking
of
after
sleep,
yourself,
yeah.
man. And like you're smoking ciggies fucking all fucking day and night.
How-
Just being a piece of shit.
How hard on your body is that? It's almost
What?
as hard as the corona vaccine.
Yeah, I
Nah,
would
the
say it's
COVID
actually
vaccine's
worse.
way worse.
Wait, dude, I was thinking about this, when you were saying people are like, these crazy conspiracy theorists. It's funny.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like these people, it's like they're literally double masking, looking out their fucking blinds like crazy conspiracy theorists. They're at it again,
Yeah.
walking outside, breathing fresh air.
Yeah.
So you're who's crazy? And you know what? It's great being a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Love it. If
I
you're not
mean-
a conspiracy theorist, you may just be an NPC.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Who doesn't
literally.
love a good conspiracy?
Oh,
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Like, literally,
They're great.
literally
They're
everyone.
so interesting, man.
Everyone, but the problem is the ones who say they don't just do it because they don't want to be seen to liking it because they're worried about what people think of it.
Basically, yeah.
That's what it is.
I honestly think
Or they're idiots.
they're idiots. That's what it is. They're people who want to appear smart but aren't smart.
Yeah.
So they're like, why would you believe a conspiracy theory? That's why they're called conspiracy theories. It's like you don't have to believe it, but you can still enjoy it. You can still look into it.
Yeah.
You might end up believing it. Who gives a fuck? That's not the point.
But-
The point is, it's interesting. It's interesting to think about something in a different light. It's interesting to look at things from a different perspective. It might just change your fucking mind.
Yeah, that's-
it's
but
actually
it-
the
it
whole
goes back.
point of conversation.
That's hell true. It's
and
both
argument.
sides. Like, why are you not fascinated? Because, like, to me, it doesn't matter what the truth is. I just want the truth.
Yeah.
I don't care if it breaks my ideology or turns something upside down. That's happened that many times. It does. I'm
Well,
not married
the
to
perfect
these
example
ideas.
is you were raised up strict fucking Jehovah.
Yeah.
I was raised up strict Catholic. And when I started questioning it, I was told, oh, you don't want to question things, just go with the Lord and rah, 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 similar to what you were probably told, but on a way more hectic level with your upbringing. All it made me do was look into other religion.
Yeah.
Immediately. The first thing I fucking did when I started to question it was I started to look at other scriptures and read their stories and try and get a different understanding. And I was just like, oh, it's all the same shit. It's literally all the same shit, just written from a different point of view. They all say the same fucking thing.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to
it's
that guy that has to be-
bullshit. It's bullshit. These
wouldn't-
people bomb each other.
Yeah.
They're reading the same scripture.
Yeah, it's just a different
is it first
interpretation of
point
the
of
same
view,
thing.
third point of view, second point of view.
Yeah.
Like, I'll kill him because he's reading from the wrong point of view. Like, you guys are
It's
fucking
interesting someone
insane.
will tell you that this is the truth and listen to me because I have the authority on the topic and don't look anywhere else, and then you just don't?
Yeah.
That's very fucking weird. And that's what everyone did.
That's when you get the NPC vaccine.
Yeah.
Actually, hang on. I think it might be listed on there.
Yeah, it probably
I
is.
feel like that.
There it is. There it is.
Well, you know,
I feel like
sorry, hang
that
on.
list is probably why we have so many NPCs. They
missed,
fucking
you
cook
missed a
their
spot.
brain.
It says birthed to like under 7 days.
Yeah.
Before that, it's like straight into a womb. NPC right there.
I
know
reckon
the other
NPC
weird-
starts from about 12 years on.
The other weird thing is that
So once you're 12, if you're still taking them, you're a fucking
So
moron. because
these
you've got a
people,
brain by
right,
then.
that push this shit, they're all collectivists, right? They argue their collectivist mindset, that communist ideology. And then the argument is that they fucking care about everyone. That's why you should do it. But then they're literally like, oh, well, you should fucking die if you don't get it. You don't deserve health care. And it's like, you're the worst.
Yeah.
Like that is so insane. That's what we copped for like 3 years.
And
for
that's why
people.
everyone was liking it to like gulags and fucking concentration camps because that was the mentality.
Yeah.
You don't deserve to live. Get on a train. You're getting gassed.
You've done the wrong thing.
Yeah.
What the
And
hell is-
what did I do? You were born. Oh,
Yeah,
hell,
you pissed me off. Next thing you called the checker and they're around and knocking on your door at 2 in the morning and
It's the,
dragging your
it's the
family
equivalent
off.
of not liking cyclists riding on the road and just running them over and thinking that you've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
They're dickheads.
Yeah.
Granted, they don't deserve to die.
Yeah, they wear
You
horrible
don't have the
pants.
authority to just kill them. They should kill themselves, yes. And hopefully they will. But not by your hand. Not by your hand. You do not have that kind of authority over other human life. Sorry, you don't.
It was like it was so hypocritical. Eh? You know,
If you took all these, you're going to look like that thing, eh? If you took all
yeah,
these.
that is.
That's basically what you're going to look like.
Where's the blue hair? I
And
thought you were
not
pointing at
a
the
cute
rainbow dick. I thought you were pointing at the rainbow dick, and I was just
Yeah,
like,
one
"Where's
of
the
the
blue
two.
haircut?" Well, I'm pretty sure it's turning people gay.
Yeah. There's so
Oh, no,
many
that's the water.
vaccines on
That's
here.
my
right?
bad.
And some of them you're supposed to have every year.
Yeah.
Wait, here's the thing.
If you read further
When's
into
the
it,
last-
it says that if you haven't taken this one by like this time,
You got it.
they'll like you have to take it now, and then they're like second jab, and it was like within 2 to 12 months. That's a how important is it?
It's not.
How important
I
is
When's
took
it?
a
the last
bunch.
time any of you, like, when did you have one of these vaccines?
Oh, I
like,
took
you
a
know how they're
couple.
like, oh, you got to get a tetanus booster. Like
Literally,
one.
I
my
never did that.
last vaccine was 3 of the COVID jabs.
But besides them, like one of
High
these.
school, no, primary school.
I
Yeah,
took
so
some before. I
They
went to
rolled
live
some
in,
out in primary school.
in Bali.
Yeah, I don't remember ever having. I think I was like probably 2. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, before
No,
that.
they fucking.
Well, I
was,
did the stupid thing of getting some. I shouldn't have. But I
Yeah.
did.
I'm
Was-
young enough where they rolled out a bunch of jabs in high school. Oh, primary school. I was in year 7. It's high school now, but it was primary school in WA for me at the time. And we all got like shuffled. You didn't have a choice.
yeah, I vaguely remember it
it was
happening.
literally like, get in the room, you're getting a needle. And I was like, what is it? And they're like, just fucking get in there.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
And
fucked,
you're like,
eh?
what for? And they're like, it's for your health. And like, you're a 7-year-old. So, I mean, not 7, but you're in
You're
year
young.
7. And so you're just like, okay, you're like 12 or 11 or whatever.
Do you remember that
You
fucking-
don't question
do you remember
anything.
that,
You don't even know
um,
what you fucking like.
Do you remember that
No,
health
you're just
bus
starting to
thing that
touch
used
your
to come
dick,
around
like,
the schools?
Line up.
Did
The
you
what?
have that still?
Which one?
It was like a health bus, and it had these like puppets that they'd have. they'd
Yeah,
show.
did they
In
give out
primary school.
connies and shit as I safe
Well,
sex?
this one was in primary school, but they probably did it in high school.
in
as well.
high school. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a special health bus thing, and they talk about vaccines and all this other shit. And like you're young, you don't know what the fuck. You're just like, oh, a puppet, you know. It's,
Yeah.
but, like,
Imagine when everyone finds out the truth, how and you look back on your life and you see how fucking evil this whole thing was, because it's everything is a lie. It's history. It's fucking the big pharma. All this shit seems to be bullshit.
Yeah.
And the more you look into it, and it's all coming out. Imagine that moment when we find out how fucking bad it was, and you just like, fuck, from the time you came into this world, they were fucking you over, poisoning your water, giving you shit food, fucking
yeah.
everything.
Well, I mean, like
Shit food is delicious, though.
Well,
I
like
just
water.
want to say
Wait,
that real
why
quick.
are they putting? Stop putting fluoride. Anyone want fluoride in the water? Anyone?
Can I want
No
to talk
one
about
wants
water real quick. So when Jess and I stay in Secret Harbour, the water is much, much better. Way better.
that
Is it?
comes from Serpentine or somewhere, doesn't it?
I'm not sure where it comes
I
from,
think
but
it does.
it is fucking way better. And then I come back here, and the first thing I normally do when I come back here is shower, because I will work a day, and then, like, I've packed everything up the night before, hop in the car, go to work, come here. First thing I do is strip down naked, turn the shower on.
It's
And
hot.
all I can fucking smell is chlorine.
Yeah, it's
Immediately.
Yeah, I
shocking.
know.
Immediately. And I'm just like, I don't really want to get in this. Like, you never went for a fucking swim in a swimming pool and were like, I'm clean now.
Yeah, you feel
I feel
gross.
great.
You
You
do
feel
feel gross.
disgusting every
And
time.
your
man.
eyes get all fucked from the chlorine.
Yeah,
and,
bro.
yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah, you need to
disgusting.
you can get filters for your shower. My uncle actually has a filter for his whole house. Like
yeah, you just
everything
put
that
it
comes-
after your water main.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those reverse osmosis ones.
Yeah, well, yeah, they have the one that I've installed was for my boss's house when I was landscaping, but he was off a bore. So he was his missus was just like, he grew up drinking this water. It's
Yeah.
it is actually gross. It's gross
Yeah,
to
bore
drink. It's
water's
like,
fine, makes you
it's like
crook.
yellow. And he would be like, yeah, you can just drink it. It's fine. I grew up drinking it. And I remember I did it once and I was just like, oh, dude, I'm never
It
doing that
makes you
again.
crook because the iron or whatever.
Didn't make me
No.
crook. It was. I'm not sure what, but there's like lots of. It was like
Wouldn't you just
limestoney, which is
boil it or
if
something?
if there's any lime in it, like they'll fucking kill you. Anyway, so I'm not gonna boil it because I'm fucking like I'm landscaping.
Oh,
No, yeah, it was, for drinking. I'd
Yeah.
knock off and be like, I'm fucking thirsty. He's like, just drink from the tap, and I'd be like, no.
Drink from the top.
Yeah. So we put in this thing, and it was like a normal pool filter. If you've seen the cartridge filters that they make, so it's like kind of similar to trying to think what like an air filter has one, very similar.
Yeah.
So it's just like a small particle stopper. Then it went to a bamboo filter, which was similar sort of design, slightly different, and then it went to a carbon filter. And the water that came out after was fucking fine. Like literally nothing wrong with it. Just
They even have
clear,
these. Have you seen
beautiful
those
tasting
survival
water.
ones they got? And they're only like a little thing like that. And it's
Oh, the straw.
I was in
Yeah.
the straw, yeah.
and they make like literal like shit water into
Yeah, you can
drinkable
drink
water.
from like
Yeah.
a pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really trust that, but apparently it works. But, yeah.
I think they do, but yeah, it's. I would highly recommend it, and if not that, just get a Brita filter, man, or
Yeah.
buy a fridge with a filter included in it, and
Man,
just make sure you change the fucker. That's the problem. People buy these things, they never change the filters.
I mean,
you got to change the
I
I
filter.
mean,
got
you
this
notice
new,
the
new
most-
filter. The water's hell good. It realkalizes the water.
Yeah.
You
Also,
notice
have you
it
ever had
almost when you
rainwater?
leave.
Oh, rainwater is fucking delicious.
It
Yeah,
is.
right. You leave and go
Yeah.
somewhere, like go overseas for a while, even if it's a holiday for a month, and you come back and you taste your tap water and you fucking notice it.
Yep.
You're like, God damn, this is literally tastes like toothpaste.
It tastes like chemicals, man. It tastes like pure chemicals.
Fucked. Yeah.
Dude, that's when I moved up here because they didn't treat the water in Bustleton. It was artesian. It came from
Yeah.
filtered through
Underground.
the limestone.
That's good.
So our whole childhood drank the best water you could ever have. And then there was because I go back there now, it's disgusting because they started chlorinating and putting fluoride in it. And there was this big uproar in the town where the people were like, do not fucking do this. And the council's just like, fuck you all, we're doing it anyway, and just went and did it. And it's like, we grew up
for
our
what
whole
reason?
lives drinking that water.
Yeah.
No, everyone was healthy as fuck.
And
'cause
where's
you're
the
drinking
proof?
best. Why did you go and put chlorine and fluoride?
Fluoride.
and
Where's the
fucking-
proof that it like? Is there any statistics of any country that has no fluoride where their teeth are just sparkling clean?
Well,
any different to any
let's
other
look-
fucking country?
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
perfect example. The British.
Yeah.
All their teeth are fucked. There's
Yeah.
fluoride in their water.
Yeah. True.
Game over.
Just
Yeah.
give them
Game over.
pure
That's
fluoride.
very
eh?
true.
Game over.
Yeah.
You're done. It's
Just
disgusting.
the idea that a little bit of fluoride water washing over your teeth is
It's gonna
enough to
sparkle 'em,
Like,
yeah.
Here's
but
an
it
idea.
does destroy your brain. But
Stop brushing your teeth. Just
Yeah.
stop. Wait, you don't need to anymore. There's fluoride in the water. Stop
Yeah.
brushing your teeth. Wait, put
Amazing.
all the dentists out of business immediately. Which, to be honest, they should be out
That's
of business
probably what
because they
happened
do
in
destroy your teeth. But that's a whole other thing.
Well, we were going to do some different lists this year, so we'll keep legends lists.
we should do biggest faggot of the year list.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's just start with legends. Any
Oh,
legends?
send some suggestions of today, Junior. Send some suggestions of what list we could do this year.
Oh, also, by the way, Jeff Watson, if you're still listening, you won the fucking Kill Yourself list award for
Yep.
2023. So you're going on the trophy.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Or
wanna
you're,
be on
going,
the
you're getting
trophy?
hanged
You
or
go
something.
on the news.
The only
Yeah.
way to immortalize yourself, Jeff, is if you actually do it.
That's right.
So I would highly recommend.
What about murder, suicide,
when we
Mark
do
McGowan?
get that? When we do get that engraved and we put it on here and we showcase it, that you should live call us and blow your fucking brains out. Just an idea.
Fuck, how brutal would that be, eh? Jesus. I'd still watch, but
Yeah,
it'd be
it's, like,
brutal.
it's like that New Zealand
still
moss
watch.
shooting. Yeah, it's like that New Zealand moss shooting.
Yeah.
The Facebook
Oh, that
Live,
was hard
Jeff
to
Watson
watch.
blowing his fucking brains out.
That was a hard wank to have.
Yeah,
eh?
it was.
It was
yeah.
a tough one.
Yeah, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't that tough. Once the third Muslim girl went down, I came everywhere
Legends list.
immediately.
We got anyone for legends? I can't think of anyone.
Who's the guy that shot up the mosque?
The mosque. The legends. All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
So rough.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I can't think
He
of
is a
anyone.
legend, but he's also not a legend because they cracked down on gun laws. So
Yeah, I know.
He's a fucking piece of shit.
he's
Yeah.
a piece of shit.
Extinction list. Klaus.
Oh, we just skipped over the legends.
Yeah, I don't know any. Well, like who can you think of? anyone?
Check the comments real quick and see if anyone's throwing
Oh,
a cheek session.
the tennis player. What's his name?
Also, the UFC guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Sean Strickland.
Sean
Yeah,
Strickland.
okay. Hang on.
And what's his name?
Hang on.
Djokovic.
Hang on, I
Did you
made.
see how he fucking ripped that cunt because he goes, "Get vaccinated"? Did you see that?
Nah.
Some fuckhead heckled out, and he's about to serve. He goes, "Get vaccinated."
Okay, hang on.
Like, that's
So-
what he said.
Wait,
We have a
why
legend.
now?
Oh,
Why now would you go and get vaccinated? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
that's the weirdest thing to me that
Also-
there's people still
okay,
pushing.
hang on. So we got Sean Strickland for the legends list. Have we got any
Yeah.
other legends?
Yeah, Djokovic, who's already on there from the last time.
Yeah, but Djokovic.
Yeah, the tennis player.
I know who he is.
Oh, sorry, Normie's very particular about
yes,
his
no,
new list for
we,
me.
we do. Do we have any extinction or kill yourself?
Well, no, yeah, I haven't.
Okay,
we haven't got
okay.
there.
I just wanted to make sure that I'm getting him in. Because I've been on the paper system.
I'm happy with it. I'm happy.
part of the new generation. Can you
Next
believe
gen.
that these things
Next gen
hold
Normie.
data?
They have
It's
notes.
Your
crazy.
nickname is Next Gen Normie, yeah.
Yeah, I tried to use my pen on it the other day. It didn't work. It's fucking crazy. Just black
Extinction.
text are all over the screen now. So.
Well, the WEF
yeah.
is going extinct, so
But-
we can put them on there.
Oh,
Yeah,
you want
put them on there. Yeah.
WEF?
Yeah.
Why, honestly, why is there
Can we
people
put NPCs on
telling
the extinction
Palestine.
list?
Put Palestine on there.
Like, so one of the boys I was chatting to, shout out to him, he listens to the pod. But he works, I think, like Jess for the cops, and he's
Yeah.
been stood down. You know,
Oh, he's a
since,
fucking narc.
he's been stood down because he wouldn't take the jab. He wasn't the cop. I think he works in admin. I don't know, whatever. and he still can't go back because they're still trying to make him get the jab. So
What?
why?
What?
Why?
That's just
Well, at
being
the-
stubborn now.
At this
If you-
point, we know they're not only useless, they're fucking dangerous and
Yeah.
bad.
Right. So
that's fucked.
Why are you trying to convince people
that
to do
is
it?
fucked. Let's just go over the list real quick because I actually have them all. It's crazy. So Legends is so far. We got Cat Williams, Joe
Oh, yeah.
Rogan, Sean Strickland, and Djokovic.
Yeah.
Extinction list. We got Golden Globes,
Yeah.
Tesla owners, World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
I've put on NPCs,
Oh, yeah.
and we got Palestine.
Yeah.
Right.
Guys, Palestine.
and then kill yourself list.
Kill yourself. We currently have Leonardo DiCaprio and Chris Cuomo.
Fuck, we put Leonardo
Yeah.
DiCaprio on there for.
We certainly did.
Why?
Because he was
know,
on
he's
the
a faggot.
Epstein's Island.
Oh
list.
yeah, all right, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair.
And he's also a fag.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
And all fags should die.
Hollywood.
Including my
Did we
brother.
have Hollywood on the extinction list? They need to go on. Hollywood sucks.
Okay, Hollywood.
We might as well put Trump on the legends list.
Oh,
Yeah, put
100%.
Trump on the legends list.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Trump and then in brackets 4 more years.
4 more years. 4 more years.
That's my favorite thing to chant at Bev. It's so good.
She lose her mind.
100%. 100%. How can you say that?
Oh, we should-
He's the funniest
Dude,
president ever.
I need
That's
to
Let's
Yeah.
get some Trump hats.
I've got a Trump
buy 'em.
card.
Oh, we should get her a MAGA hat.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
thinking, I got to gift her something for
Yeah,
gift
100%
her back
you do.
something with
The
Trump.
most passive aggressive gift war of all time. Dude, can this pod money for sure is on the cards with this. 100%. I'll pay for it.
And we
I don't
have,
give a
we
fuck.
have
I'll
to film
torture her
it.
with it.
We
Yeah,
have to film and then play it on the
yeah
pod.
okay, done.
Who's Bruce, the Indigenous activist guy?
I don't know, but it's,
Oh, I think I know who you're talking
chicken
about.
burgers on the legends list. I can get
Burgers
around
on the
that.
legends
Wait,
list.
also Dan Owens represent.
Yeah.
We need Briggs. Briggs needs to go on the kill yourself list.
Hang on,
What's
I've
Briggs?
got to get chicken burgers on the legends
Briggs
list.
is that terrible Aboriginal
Briggs, yeah.
rapper. Like he's fucking horrible. It's
Oh.
the worst rhymes
Okay,
you've
so hang on,
ever heard.
Really? Aboriginal rapper.
Yeah, but he's just
Triple J,
he's just
right?
a government shield.
Yeah,
Just
Triple
pushes
J.
the narrative.
Who's Nikki Haley?
The Republican, one of the Republican runners for the
All right,
election.
she's on. And you want Briggs
Yeah.
on there? I'll just put Abbo in brackets in case we forget.
I love that.
In case you forget.
The funny thing is,
You never know. They're
why
quite
is,
forgetful.
why is it that the
Our government's forgotten about it.
yeah Briggs, except Briggs, the white guy that's like,
Oh,
I'm
Briggs.
an
I know this
Aboriginal.
guy. He's
Yeah.
an activist fuckhead
Why
as well, isn't he?
he calls himself Senator Briggs and he's not a senator.
What a
And it's like,
dickhead.
yeah, I love this thing. Why is it all the Aboriginals that speak for the Aboriginal people are white? Why
Yeah.
is that?
They're like
And-
1/18th.
And what's the protest on? Well, we'll be hard for us to watch it because we'll be hanging in a pool party, drinking
Yeah.
beers with our
Enjoying
friends, having a good time.
If
But
anyone thinks they're going to put on Triple J on Friday,
it's not. It's not
Oh,
on. I know.
hype
You don't
man.
have to worry because they changed the date.
Did they
Oh,
again?
perfect.
It's Saturday.
oh, beautiful. So don't
Yeah.
have
So
to
no
listen
one's
to
The
gonna
it.
listen to it.
27th.
Yeah.
The 27th.
Hi guys, it's Triple J. I can't believe I ever listened to it. Honestly,
No, it was good.
It was good.
Over a decade
Wait,
ago.
was
but the presenters were always fuckwits,
No, but like back when
except for the dude who was
Yeah.
in that band.
20 years ago, man, it was fuck.
Friends
Adam
Friends
Spencer,
of Rom.
are wrong.
Adam
yeah.
Spencer
Adam
and Will
Spencer,
Anderson. Like
yeah.
20
That was
years
the
ago, it
great-
was
Yeah,
fucking.
That was
when-
20 years ago. Fuck.
yeah,
Getting old days. Yeah, that was fucking excellent. I
it
love
was
that show.
exactly. I'm
And
37.
they had like they had
was
fucking
17
Iron
then.
Maiden and shit on during the day sometimes. Like they just play random metal songs. I was like, fuck yeah, I love this station.
Well, it started out as the counterculture, and then it
Yeah.
just became government shilling, pushing their agenda on the young,
but
impressionable
the funny thing is,
youth.
Adam is turned into a lefty flog as well. He's got a
Adam Spencer.
yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah, both of them. Will
Oh,
Anderson.
Will
and-
Anderson.
They're both. Dr. Carl as well. Remember, Dr.
Oh,
Carl wasn't such a
Kill
dickhead.
yourself list for Dr. Carl. I fucking hate Dr.
They're
Carl.
He
all.
makes it every year. Right?
He's fucking sucks. eh?
He really does.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have two other lists. We got terms that need to go and
Oh,
terms that
well,
need to come
I was
back.
saying, are we going to
So
try
terms-
some new lists and fuck them off?
We can try some new lists.
Yeah.
But we already have nominations for the other two. So we might as well
shit.
keep them around. So terms that need to go, we got team player.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Fucking
terms that
hate
need to
that.
come back is humdingen.
I'm dinging.
I'm dinging. So any terms that anyone's got? No,
Basketball Americans.
that need to come back.
Yeah.
It's
Never really.
kind of a new term.
This is a new term. Terms that need to be created. That's the list we need.
New terms that need to be newer.
Terms that need to exist.
Terms that need to exist.
That's a good list.
We could have just new terms.
Yeah, new terms. Like
Okay.
water baboon. That's a new one.
Oh, done.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Hang on.
That's good.
New
I like
term.
that.
We'll have a new term
New
list.
terms, yeah.
New terms. We'll put Trump on there.
Like vaxist.
Yeah.
4 more
Vaxxist.
terms.
Vaxist. If you push the vax hell hard, you're a vaxist.
It's got to be also something to do with just being addicted to vaccines. Like you just
but-
like a
Yeah, we need to
vaccine
come up with
addict.
something.
Just a
Yeah.
fucking vadict.
Vadict.
A vadict. It's like give me more vaccines.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, so we want water baboons.
I'll make a poster for it then, and I'll scrub the other ones.
Oh, you certainly will.
I don't mind a water baboon just quietly.
Yeah, fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Fuck off with you.
June baboon. I kind of prefer June baboon to water baboon. It's got a better ring to it. Sounds racist, but it's not. But it sounds racist. That's why I like it.
Oh, let's switch over to the.
Yeah, we better switch over.
Thanks
While
for
Normie's
tuning
doing the list.
in.
Have we got any other new terms?
I will ditch that.
Yeah,
Oh,
all
new
right.
terms.
New
Sorry,
terms.
yeah.
Oh, new terms. Fuck no, that was a few already though. We got vaxist.
Oh, sorry, Vaxxist, that's right.
Yeah, June baboon and water baboon,
Hang on.
depending on whether you're on land or in water.
I feel like it's not new, but it's newish, and Ripstart should be on there because
Oh, yeah.
that's turned into something else now, and that needs to be. We'll make a
Ripstart.
dictionary out of this. one
Actually,
day.
to be honest, kill yourself.
Yep, kill yourself.
Yeah,
Because kill
There's heaps.
yourself is the best insult now.
yeah.
And if you haven't killed yourself
Should we
yet,
just turn it into new terms / insults? And we just
All
we should have an insult list. That's a good list.
That's true.
Or just words you can
All right.
call people.
Let's do
you-
those two.
Like
Then.
wet blanket. That needs to come. You know, that's on.
also
terms that need to come
Muppet
back.
needs to come back. I love
Yeah.
Muppet, such a good
Muppet.
insult.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh,
It's
we got
fucking
humdinging, wet blanket, and Muppet.
And
I'm dinging.
an NPC.
I love humding. I say it all the time. All the time. Old mate
alright.
pulled out of the car park. He's fucking humding into the pub.
All right, let's switch over. Cheers. We'll see you. Oh, by the way, Kyle will be coming in next week. It's Fringe at the moment, so they're all busy doing shows. But he said next week he can come. So that'll be episode 4 for him or something, or 5 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what he's been up to.
He's a returning guest.
He is. He's always got good stories. Righto. See you next week.
Bye.
How we going?